And good evening, hockey fans, and welcome to Buffalo State Ice Arena, where Nickel City Hockey Network brings you live coverage of the Upstate New York Collegiate Hockey League. Tonight's matchup features the visiting Cortland Red Dragons and the visiting Buffalo State Bengals. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Sean McHugh, joined on the call by color commentator and producer Ryan Tantillo, camera operator Thomas Bailey, live from the 412 Communications broadcast booth. 412 Communications, the new gold standard for digital media solutions. Ryan, we're in for a great matchup here tonight as we have a UNYCHL cross-division game on our hands, but with a new twist for 2023-24, as this year, the UNYCHL has implemented a Division I consisting of 8 teams divided into 2 divisions, East and West, Cortland coming in representing the East Division, Buffalo State representing the West Division.
And these 2 teams coming into this game, the Red Dragons coming in after a hard-fought loss at the hands of arguably, maybe not even arguably, the best team in the AAU, last year's national champion, Binghamton. They lost that game 7-4, and obviously the Red Dragons trying to get back on track after a pretty solid showing against a great team. And then for Buffalo State, coming off their best performance of the young season, beating Alfred State convincingly 5-2 in a game that saw some tempers like we talked about pregame. And this game is significant, especially for Buffalo State, because it's their first matchup within the UNYCHL Division I.
Absolutely, and there's also a second layer of intrigue to elaborate on that, Ryan, as this is Buffalo's first game against the UNYCHL, against an AAU, This is Buffalo State's opportunity to prove that they belong amongst the teams that have been selected to the AAU Division I, and the players and coaches know that these games will be quite the uptick in competition, but that is how you get better as a team, and the Bengals are coming off that impressive win, and they were able to do it, Ryan, without some notable names in the lineup, as leading scorer Jake Allen, leading goal scorer Luke Stotz, and 2 of the program's all-time leading scorers, John Glasgow and Elliot Hunt, were all out of the lineup. With the vacancies in the lineup, there were opportunities for others to have a massive step up, and that was taken advantage of as Jack Campbell got the first 2 goals of the game for the Bengals on identical-looking plays in different ends of the ice. Kevin Monahan with a nifty little move in on the goaltender to get his first career as a Bengal. And then we got some good measure breathing room from a nice play from Vincent Zach with help from Mark Hager, and then Ryan Miller puts the icing on the cake for the Bengals for a 5-2 victory. And Ryan, what do you expect to see in tonight's game? We talked about the intrigue league-wide, but based on these 2 opponents and what we know about both of them, what do you expect this game's going to bring tonight?
Well, more than anything, I'd like to see, a close game, a competitive game, and I think we're going to see perhaps an uptick in the level of play now that these teams are starting to get into the groove. The early season rust, I think especially for Buffalo State, because they've been in action for a while now. We saw them in Lake Placid a couple of weeks ago, starting to hit their stride. Some teams got into the action last weekend. Some teams are starting up now. So I think from this point forward throughout this season, starting right here tonight, I think we're going to see a new level of polish for many of these teams. Absolutely,
and as both teams have taken the ice for pre-games, we will take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard as the Niagara University Purple Eagles handed the Delaware Blue Hens a convincing loss 6-1. Mercyhurst with a 5-1 win over Allegheny. Albany topping Paul Smith College 5-3. Plenty of action around the league this weekend, Ryan, and then we're going to get another good one here as the Red Dragons take on the Bengals as we are going to head down to ice level for the national anthems. Just about ready for puck drop for tonight's game, but let's now meet tonight's starting goaltenders, presented by Militello Realty, Western New York's premier commercial real estate broker to buy, sell, or lease any office, industrial, retail, investment property. For the Cortland Red Dragons, it's number 35, Andrew Goldstein, making his start here at Buffalo State Ice Arena. And then at the other end of the ice, coming off of his most impressive performance with the Bengals, goaltender number 33, Jack Howard, making an impressive game, 2 goals allowed, making huge saves when the game was close, and he is rewarded with a back-to-back start for the Bengals. As we are ready for puck drop, as Coach Turner is sending out the line of Ian Wirth, flanked by Jack Campbell and Vincent Zach, and they're going to start with Damian Ish and Owen Gang on the blue lines. Actually, that's Kevin Monahan playing forward today. And the puck is sent into the Red Dragon zone as the Red Dragons go D-to-D. Puck spun in, and Cortland's going to look to break out. Pass is too far, and Damian Ish sends it off the glass and into the Cortland zone as it's picked up there by Michael Bravinsky. Cortland going D-to-D here around behind the net as Bravinsky retrieves the puck, and he looks to start the breakout. Chip pass up ahead now, and it's Haldane. Haldane inside outside on Ish and looks to go to his backhand, and the puck is steered aside there by Jack Howard. Red Dragons operating down below the goal line. Puck is sent to the half wall, and we got a race for it. Owen Gang gets there first and chips it out, and Jack Campbell leads the rush ahead, but a good back check right there by Max Taylor as he's going to rip the puck all the way around the far boards for Haldane. Haldane gets around Wirth through the neutral zone, but then Vincent Zach knocks the puck off his stick, and Haldane retreats into his own end. Puck is in the feet of a Cortland forward, and Nolan Mitchell looks to gain the line as he's got a trailer with him. Mitchell to O'Donnell with a shot, and a save right there by Goldstein as he is tested early, and a fine save with the right pad. Bengals had a lot of success on the forecheck yesterday. Look to see them continue that, but it's going to be the Red Dragons breaking out of the zone here. Pass is centered in front of the net there. Howard gets the blocker down right there and keeps it 0-0 as Howard has got 2 in-tight opportunities faced on him today, and he's come up big both times as Colby Lawrence sends the puck down into the Cortland zone where it's gathered by Farina. Farina with a dangerous drop pass right there, but no worse for wear as Cortland looks to break it out. Hammerly, D-to-D, nobody home there, so Kasulu's got to drop back. He goes up the wall, and it's picked up there by Farina. Bengals forecheck again, causing some turnovers is Caden Mendick on the forecheck as he continues to head on into the zone. He puts some pressure on Garnhart. Owen Gang pinching from his deep position. The pinch is too early, and Cortland might have some numbers here. Damian Ish has to retreat back. Ish calmly picks up the puck behind his own net and sends one up for Steve White. A little too far for him, but the puck is sent to the neutral zone. Gang through the neutral zone. It's going to head all the way into the Cortland defensive zone right here, and it's going to be picked up right there by Cortland as Thomas Higgins will retreat and wind it up behind his own net. Higgins sending a pass through the middle, chipped into the offensive zone, and Cochran's going to head on into the zone as he's got Damian Ish on him. Cochran to the point. Capolino shot is blocked right there, and Steve White's going to look. Steve White looking for a pass, but his line mates were changing, but a good defensive play by the veteran forward Steve White to clear the puck, and the Bengals will get a change. Cochran avoids one forechecker, drops it back. Here comes Morello. Morello puts it on net into the gear of Jack Howard, and he will hold for a whistle as, wow, first 3 minutes. We got some pace to this game, Ryan.
Seriously, lightning fast pace, back and forth on both ends. Nearly 3 minutes uninterrupted between the opening faceoff and this most recent whistle. And both teams generating a couple of chances early, working the puck down low and then throwing it in front. I think both teams have had success with that strategy.
Yeah, Bengals have a very short bench today, so it's going to be interesting to see how they platoon their forwards here, especially with this pace as the puck is chipped through the neutral zone. Bengals got a race for it, and Monahan, who's been moved up to forward, is leading the forecheck. Romano gets the puck up the wall, but Ian Wirth on the forecheck sends it down low, and Monahan's going to head in on the forecheck. Monahan wins the battle to Wirth. Ian Wirth drops it back to Colby Lawrence with a shot, and that's blocked as Colby Lawrence looks to step into a point shot. Campbell down low wins the battle, and he's got 2 Cortland Red Dragons on him as Morello picks up the puck. Mueller off the wall, and that hits a player on the Cortland bench, and we are going to have a whistle as the Bengals looking to establish some zone time now.
And you mentioned that forecheck early in this game before the opening faceoff, how effective that was going to be for Buffalo State. We've seen it force multiple turnovers in the offensive zone so far, and I think that's going to be a recipe for success for them.
Ian Wirth leans in to take the face-off against Hornan. Hornan wins the face-off, and then Romano's got to retreat back in his own end. Sends the puck over to Bravinsky. Cortland just off on the breakout right there, and it's chipped off a Red Dragon forward. It was a delayed offside, so the Red Dragons had to retreat as they gather in the zone for Hornan. Hornan gets the puck in deep after he takes some physical play. Gang has a little trouble with it. Gang loses the puck in front of the net. There's a scramble in front, and they score! Buffalo State defense was not able to get the puck out of their own end. There was difficulty, and then Michael Bravinsky, I'm thinking that was his first career goal as they have retrieved the puck for him. Congratulations to Bravinsky. Great work on the forecheck. Snaps it past the goaltender Howard, and the Red Dragons take a 1-0 lead.
And definitely, I think, a defensive miscue there for Buffalo State. Gang had a bit of trouble with the puck in front of his own netminder, allowing Cortland to kind of crash the net with multiple bodies, get chances, and resulting in a goal. But yeah, definitely a bit of a mistake there on the Bengals side.
Yeah, tough break there for Owen Gang. He was trying to go behind his own net, and he hit a lag, and the puck took an unfortunate bounce, and the Red Dragons are able to capitalize as Marciello backpedals into his own end. Rough look right there, but luckily that hit a skate and found its way out of the zone. Owen Gang in the corner's got a forechecker on him, sends it back to Marciello, who just fires it off the wall, but a good forecheck right there by Hornan. Here comes Vincent Zach. Oh, Vincent Zach played it a little too far ahead of him. The Red Dragons are offside, so they're going to need to tag up as Owen Gang retreats behind his own net. Vincent Zach shifts it to the middle of the ice. Ooh, fanned on the shot right there as there's a lane as the Bengals look to bring it out. Marciello plays the puck through the neutral zone, and Garnhart has to retreat in his own end. He's going to go D to D where the puck is gathered by Farina. Here come the Red Dragons with Haldane. Haldane walks around, and he lost the puck right there as he was going for the power move on the forehand as Damien Ish sends the puck into the neutral zone. Brendan O'Donnell with a nice forecheck as he's going to continue on into the Cortland zone. O'Donnell slams on the brakes, blows a tire there, and Taylor picks up the puck initially, but Nolan Mitchell on the forecheck gathers for the Bengals. Mitchell looking to send it in front as Ish has to retreat to the point, and he keeps the puck in at the blue line. Red Dragons looking to break out. The Bengals are offsides. They cannot touch the puck, and they're going to go for a change at forward. Steve White lowers the boom on Haldane, and he felt that. Steve White, my goodness. Like a locomotive, and Aaron Johnson looking to get on it as this line for the Bengals is looking to bring the thunder.
And a couple of huge hits there, clean hits. You know, we're seeing the physicality early in this game, but perhaps a little different than the game against Alfred. You know, clean, hard hits in the neutral zone. You love to see that kind of hockey.
Bengals looking to bring the physical play, but it's Cortland setting up in the offensive zone. Pass sent out in front of the net, and a save made by Jack Howard, and he will sprawl on the loose puck, and we're going to get a whistle. Well, Ryan, one thing we are not being robbed of is entertainment. 6 minutes into this action.
This game certainly has the entertainment factor. Offense, defense, we saw a little bit of goaltending just now. Huge hits in the neutral zone along the blue line, and, you know, both teams brought the energy tonight. I love to see it in this UNYCHL matchup.
Steve White goes to the bench, and look at this. Had assistant coach Joel Atempio pounding his chest, as that's what you love to see from the depth forward, Steve White. Block in front right there. Campbell was behind the defense, but a good block there by Cortland. But if Buffalo State hurries, they got numbers. Here comes Monahan. He's got Campbell, and he's got Worth. Campbell to Worth. That was set up beautifully, but Cortland does a nice job of getting back into the defensive zone, as that was a pretty passing play. But Cortland, the disciplined defensive squad, all three forwards back hard on the forecheck to prevent a great scoring chance. But you love to see the response from the Bengals. They have some juice after the physical line.
Yes, certainly. Buffalo State not changing anything about their approach right there with numbers over the blue line. Beautiful 1-2-3 passing going across in front of the face of Cortland's netminder, and, you know, great setup on the play, shot just a little wide, but if that's there, you got to keep taking that.
Ian Worth going to lean in to take the faceoff right here against Michael Cochran. Ian Worth has been one of the better faceoff men for the Bengals, and that wasn't fair of me. I jinxed them. Bengals looked like they almost lost some defense right there as they had a forward up ice. But Colby Lawrence wins the race, and he goes D to D. Caden Mendick picks up the puck behind his own net. Mendick passes a little far ahead of Ian Worth, but he is able to at least get the puck out of the zone. So no danger here as Morello will send it back to his D partner, and that puck is going to be sent all the way down the ice. Excuse me, there was a penalty on the play. I apologize. I was late to that as the Bengals are on the power play.
Yeah, I didn't see the penalty call. I really didn't even notice
that
the
happened
official
really quick.
usher the player into that box. But it must have been on the play, the Bengals 3-on-2 attack there. Player went into the net. Must have been a hit on that play.
Colby Lawrence down to the line. He works down below the goal line. Lawrence looking for a man in front. Tough angle shot right there as they're trying to catch the goaltender napping. That's going to be a free breakout for Cortland as we have 1 minute left in this power play, as this power play is brought to you by the Battaglia Marciano Agency, an independent agent for auto, homeowners, business, and life insurance. The Battaglia Marciano Agency providing peace of mind for Western New Yorkers for over 35 years as Cortland sends the puck down. Howard has a little bit of trouble gathering that as Ian Worth is going to pick up the puck. Worth dances around one, but the puck is turned over, and Worth, nice job on the pressure as the Bengals gain the zone. Nolan Mitchell at the point, but he gets his pocket picked, and he's got to race for it. Mitchell does a nice job of getting back as he has Hornan right in his back pocket, and that puck is now feathered over to Kevin Monahan as Monahan hits the blue line with some speed. Monahan with a shot that's blocked away right there by Goldstein.
I like that decision to shoot, though. Moving in, make the goaltender work.
Cortland doing a really nice job of clogging the middle of the ice. You got to get the pucks on net any way you can. That could lead to rebounds and scrambles as the puck is sent into the offensive zone by the Bengals. Good keep there by Mitchell. Mitchell gets around one as we are now back to even strength. Mitchell, he's got some room, sends the puck down low, and it's picked up there by the Bengals. Puck is fed in front of the net right there, and Damian Ish just couldn't hammer it by the goaltender. Bengals of late, since that line with the physicality, they have been doing a great job of continuing the pressure. They have some jump in their step right here, and you love to see it, Ryan.
Yeah, certainly, the power play unsuccessful, but even after it got back to even strength, I like what O'Donnell had looking behind the net, trying to throw that puck in front, had a couple of bodies in front of that Cortland net, and I think that play's been there all game. They got to just keep going back to it and see, eventually it'll pay off.
Caden Mendick centering Steve White and Aaron Johnson, and he wins the faceoff back to Owen Gang. Gang looks to send it in deep, but the puck takes a bounce off the walls, but there's Steve White again. Steve White has been wreaking havoc for the Red Dragons as, Owen Gang looked to send one to the front of the net, but it's going to be Hammerly that looks to send the breakout. Hammerly walks through and gets a shot there, but Owen Gang with a good stick there forces that wide. Johnson looks to wheel behind his own net. That was read all the way by Zach Michaelis. And then the puck is gathered there by Hammerly. Hammerly sends it on net right there as Steve White in a race for it. Here's Farina. Cross ice, and then the puck is backhanded out of the zone as Cortland was setting up some zone time, and the Bengals get the puck out of harm's way as the Red Dragons fire it into the zone there where it's picked up by Indridson. Monahan. Feathers run through the middle of the ice, just far out of the reach of Steve White, but it does make its way to center. Good-looking passing play as here's the captain, Michaelis. Great stick there by the big man, Colby Lawrence, as Michaelis is just about ready to pull the trigger there. Zach Michaelis wheeling through the zone on a backhand, and a big save there by Howard as Michaelis dipsy-doodled his way in to the slot area, and a good save there by the goaltender Howard, as this broadcast is brought to you by Buffalo Golf and Social, Western New York's leading indoor golf facility with simulators, lessons, and league. Buffalo Golf and Social, the area's top destination for year-round practice and instruction.
Did you just say dipsy doodle?
Yes, I did.
I think that was a pretty accurate way to describe that move, really moving through the center low slot with very little resistance, able to get a clean shot on that there.
Been waiting my entire life to say dipsy doodle at an appropriate time, Ryan, as there's a backhand and a pad save and a glove save there by Howard, as that was Andrew Clifford doing a nice job, looking like he was going to pass for a second, and then one of those Sidney Crosby sneak attack backhand shots. Yes, Andrew, I compared you to Sidney Crosby. That was a great backhand, and Howard makes the save.
And almost a mirror image of that last scoring chance that the Cortland Red Dragons have. Instead of moving from near to far, this time it was far to near, and a right-handed player taking a backhand on net. Another save made by Howard, though.
Indridson with a nice backhand pass to Campbell. Campbell, that pass is intercepted there, and Cortland's going to look to break out. Put some pressure there by the Bengals, kept in there by Ish. Ish showing off some hands right there. Damian Ish gets a shot, and a good block right there by Anthony Farina. That could not have felt good, as Damian Ish can really bring it with the wrist shot. Ian Worth with some great pressure, doesn't keep the puck in, but the Bengals gain possession at center ice. Worth drops it back to his high school teammate Damian Ish. Monahan patiently gets the puck to Ian Worth, who steers the puck in deep, and then he and the rest of the Bengals will get a wholesale change. We've got 9 minutes and 15 seconds to go here in the first period as the Bengals, nice physical play right there by Ryan Marciello to break that up. Pass just too far ahead of Vincent Zach, and it's going to be Romano through center ice. Romano sends it in deep there. Marciello gets a stick on it but loses his footing, and that's going to allow Cochran to get in deep. Cochran with Mueller in support, as then Cochran's going to run into the corner here as he's got to deal with Vincent Zach, but he gets the puck to Romano. Here is Mueller. Sends it off, and there's a shot right there. Saw it all the way by Howard. Puck is sent to the front of the net. There's a scramble in front of the net. Bengals looking to get in position there. Far side shot, and oh, lucky for the Bengals that Cochran wasn't able to get all his stick on that, as he could have wired that. Gang with 2 Red Dragons on him. Marciello's going to skate out of the zone here, and he's going to look to lead the breakout. Play is offsides, and the Bengals are going to get a free retreat here as O'Donnell looks to wind it up behind his own end. Play is still offsides. It's now Cortland's finally on sides here, and the Bengals were not able to have much of a breakout with that seemingly infinite delayed offsides, as then here come the Red Dragons. Vincent Zach through the middle looking for Aaron Johnson, not able to handle. Icing is waved off as Romano retreats into his own end. And he's going to fire the puck up the wall there, where it's picked up there by Hobbs.
More physicality.
All of the physicality as Johnson does a nice job looking to create a scoring chance. Steve White puts one on net. As that line again of Johnson and White, and looks like Caden Mendick again wreaking a little havoc in the Cortland offensive zone.
Yeah, you have certainly called out that line a few times, generating scoring chances and just making Cortland uncomfortable in their own zone, putting pressure in front of the net, getting close, condensing the area of play in the Red Dragons side of the ice.
Red Dragons looking to break out there, but a good keep right there by Matt. No, Indridson did not keep it in as the Bengals have to tag up, and that's going to allow Cortland a chance to break out of their zone. There's Steve White again, though. Steve White, the menace, just forechecking like an animal right now, making it very difficult for Cortland to break out of their zone. There he is again. Steve White breaks that up and sends it back into the Cortland zone, as now they're able to get to center ice. Puck is sent in. Mendick goes for the big hit and kind of gets the worst of that, though he does dislodge his man from the puck is Steve White. Good clear by Steve White, and that's going to lead to a chance here for Ian Worth, and he's got Monahan with him. Worth sends it to Monahan. Where's the puck? It's behind the net, and then Cortland gathers, but Monahan is hard on the forecheck right here as Murray's going to pick it up. Murray gets around one, and Murray gains the line. Murray still hanging on to it, takes a shot. Howard sees that and steers it into the corner. Damian Ish applying pressure to his man. Murray, though, doing a nice job of shielding the puck, sends the puck down low to Hobbs. Puck cleared out of the zone by the Bengals, where Cortland will retreat with Capolino. Joey Capolino sends it up to Casulo. Damian Ish finishes his man, but Cortland's going to get a break here, as it's going to be Hammerly. Hammerly sends it in front, nobody home on the back door, as Damian Ish recovers the puck and then flips it off the glass. That is not going to make its way out, though, as Cortland continues to possess the puck. Oh, Michaelis puts the toe drag there on Ish, but he does just enough to disrupt the shot, where Howard's able to get his shoulder on the puck as Ish. Again, Ish is not able to get the puck out again as it's kept in. Ish shoulders his man off, and now Ian Worth is going to break out. Ian Worth's got some time. Worth over the blue line. Worth, oh, and he fans on the shot. Actually, no, he doesn't fan on it. It was a good back check there by Casulo to harass him. And now here's Zach Michaelis. Owen Gang with a great forecheck on Michaelis to dislodge him from the puck. Never mind, they're going to get him. I thought that might have been close. I thought he might have gotten away with it initially, but the near side official saw it all the way. And Owen Gang is going to go to the box for holding, and the Red Dragons are going to head to the power play.
And Michaelis is such a dangerous player with the puck there. Buffalo State not letting him have any breathing room there, sometimes defending him a little too tightly, as you just saw.
Absolutely, and with 5:34 to go, the Bengals will go to the penalty kill, and this penalty kill is brought to you by 412 Communications, the new gold standard in digital media solutions with a myriad of solutions to build bridges between your brand and its clientele. Trust the team at 412 with their 40-plus years of experience to put their experience to work for you. Visit them at 412communications.com. Cortland wins the faceoff, but it's picked up there by Brendan O'Donnell. O'Donnell with a Red Dragon on his hip, and O'Donnell is going to get the puck all the way down and begin the forecheck as Haldane will go D to D. Garnhart with some speed, but O'Donnell with a diving sweep check attempt, but Garnhart gets the puck in down low, and the Bengals will clear to center ice. Vincent Zach, he's got some speed, and Vincent Zach's in alone. Zach with a shot, and a nice glove save there by Goldstein. Goldstein gets A for the save, gets plus for the style points as Vincent Zach, using his elite speed to get in alone, got foiled by the goaltender, but you love to see that from the Bengals with 5 minutes to go in the first period.
Yes, certainly sometimes the best penalty kill is some shorthanded offense. We saw that already early into this penalty kill for Buffalo State. A couple of shorthanded rushes there, and a fantastic save by Goldstein with the glove, flashing that leather.
Puck is sent in down low where Cortland retrieves it with Casulo. But there's Jack Campbell, that relentless forecheck, something the Bengals have found a lot of success with in the last few games, as Campbell is all over the breakout as Michaelis, but Michaelis has some wheels and he's going to race through the zone. Michaelis with that speed. Michaelis looks for the wraparound. Michaelis sends it to the point. Walking in, there's a shot, and the rebound is just ahead of Casulo, but the Red Dragons keep it in. Hammerly in front. Howard makes the initial save, but Michaelis on the doorstep taps home the rebound. Zach Michaelis, the veteran forward, he is no stranger to scoring huge goals as he gets another one here, as with 4:24 to go in the first period, the Red Dragons take a 2-0 lead.
And that seemed like it was almost predestined. Michaelis drawing the penalty, sending Buffalo State shorthanded, and then capitalizing with the power play goal. He's been a player to watch early for Cortland so far. Really impressive what he's done with the puck on his stick.
Zach Michaelis, the veteran forward, if we remember, we got to see him. He was part of that incredible UNYCHL semifinal game in 2021, the back and forth with Bonaventure. He had the goal that sent that game to overtime. Picking up where he's left off, as he has just established himself as one of Cortland's most dangerous forwards, showing that off again, drawing the penalty, and then ending up with the finish. Little miscommunication right there between Monahan and Gang, but Gang gathers the puck behind his own end. Monahan's going to lead the rush. A little miscommunication between Monahan and O'Donnell, but the Bengals do gain the line on sides. Monahan not able to gather the puck as Monahan heads back to his deep position. But O'Donnell with a great forecheck. O'Donnell looking for Mitchell. Mitchell has the puck knocked off of him. Vincent Zach initially keeps it in, and there's that forecheck by the Bengals as Nolan Mitchell shrugs off a check right there. Mitchell's been an absolute possession animal today, and I got to stop talking because every time I say something, something bad happens. Puck is picked up there by Cochran. Cochran sends it into the neutral zone as the Red Dragons are on the breakout. Puck's picked up right there by Farina, but that is whistled off sides, and we're going to get a whistle. And while we have that whistle, supporters for tonight's broadcast also include Pup Styled by Jesse, one-on-one grooming services that will have your dog looking forward to its next visit. Voted a 716 Pet Groomer of 2022, Top Pet Groomer of 2022, Pup Styled by Jesse on Main Street in Clarence, just east of Transit Road. Puck is controlled there by Cortland as Romano sends it in down low. Cortland with Murray gathers the puck right there, takes some big contact right there, but it's going to be out of the zone there with Aaron Johnson. Johnson gains the line and sends it in deep. He takes a hit and gets smoked into the boards, taking a hit to make a play. Steve White, he makes the play to Caden Mendick. Mendick, looking for Steve White right there, but a really nice read by the Cortland defense, and they will break out with Murray. Tyler Murray gains the line. He's got a streaker. Puck is sent to the front of the net, and a great back check there by Caden Mendick to lift the stick of Morello before he could get a shot on goal. Murray has the puck dislodged from him as Indridson sends it off the wall. Bravinsky pinches from his deep position, but Indridson does a really nice job of chopping the puck to the wall. Steve White will gather, and a nice breakout pass to Aaron Johnson. Aaron Johnson, though, he has 1-on-3 and wisely chips the puck in, and then they will change as we're going to get a wholesale for the Bengals.
That's a smart play, though, to chip it, keep your guys fresh. Still plenty of time left in this game. 2 minutes left in the first period.
2 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the first period as Cortland has a man behind the defense, but a nice job getting back by Owen Gang as Damian Ish retreats into the zone as the Bengals do a nice job of getting all 5 defenders back into the zone, but it's Cortland that maintains possession for now. Monahan leads the breakout. Monahan's got speed, but a really nice step up right there. And Monahan is knocked swiftly off the puck. But that breakout attempt is too far, and we're going to get an icing, and the Bengals are going to get an offensive zone faceoff with 1:43 remaining in the first period, as this broadcast is brought to you by Envious Gameware, designers of high-end custom hockey uniforms, bags, and apparel. Visit EnviousGameware.com to get your team a look to be envious of.
And we have an offensive zone face-off for Buffalo State. Haven't seen a ton of these, and I think, the more time that they can try and set up their offense, because we haven't seen a ton of sustained zone pressure, but we have seen this, which is turnovers turning into offensive opportunities.
And the goaltender Goldstein definitely is not lacking work today. He has made some fine saves here in this first period, keeping it a 2-0 Cortland lead. As Ian Worth is going to lean in to take the faceoff, as he's going to have Monahan and Campbell on his wing. Worth wins it forward, takes a shot. Oh, I thought that went in, but it hit the side of the net. Worth in pursuit with Higgins on him. Higgins and Worth go to the wall together, but Worth comes out of there with the puck. Worth to Monahan. Monahan, nice move there, but a good save by Goldstein to hold his pad down as Campbell picks up the puck on the half wall. Campbell to Ish. That shot hits the stick and goes into the corner. Cortland looking to break out here with Capolino. And Kevin Monahan took a hooking penalty, and that is not what you want to do with 1:05 to go in the period. There's a shot, and it's going to ring all the way to the blue line, but it is kept in by Capolino. But then Campbell touching the puck is going to send the Bengals back to the penalty kill with 59 seconds remaining in the first period.
And just a really unfortunate time to take a penalty there. I know you have a term for the final minute of a period.
What's that term, Ryan?
The witching hour.
Oh, man.
And, for Buffalo State, already falling behind, already taking a penalty and giving up a power play goal, something that they really have to be careful about here.
Yeah, Bengals need to make sure that they have their wits about them here for the last minute of this period, as they're already down 2-0. They have not played a bad period at all, but you just would really hate to go in 3-0, as Cortland is going to start here with Casulo. Quick shot right there and a big save on Hammerly by Howard. And then another shot, and Howard stays on his post, and Howard holds on. As Ryan, we saw Howard's first game, little shaky. He looks much more comfortable in his crease. That started to come in the second period yesterday, and he has carried that over nicely into tonight's start, as Howard has played very well to date, to this moment, as the Bengals are going to get a clear here with 40 seconds to go here in the remaining period, in the opening period, 1:40 in the power play. Zach Michaelis, the most recent goal scorer for the Red Dragons, will look to wind up the breakout. He's got Zach watching him. The shifty forward, though, sends the puck up there, where it's picked up there by Hammerly. Hammerly gains the line, avoids one forechecker, drops it to Michaelis. Michaelis kind of juggled the puck a little bit and took a shoulder from O'Donnell, but the Red Dragons will maintain possession. Nice move in there by Michael Bravinsky, as he looked like he was going to pass, and quickly pulled the puck to his forehand, let a hard snapshot go, and that hits Howard up high, and the puck is fished out of his neck pad. And we're going to get a faceoff here with 15 seconds to go in the first period.
And a nice save by Howard, and even more impressive there, able to keep the puck from and prevent that rebound, to pin the puck against his chest and prevent a second chance opportunity.
Short side attempt just wide here, as it's picked up there by Casulo. Casulo sending it back to Bravinsky. Michaelis cross ice, nice play there by Cortland, and that's as pretty as they come with 2 seconds left in the first period. Cortland, tic-tac-toe. Michaelis has his second point of the game, as Casulo tips the far side pass in, back opposite, and the Red Dragons open up a 3-0 lead, and man, with 2 seconds left, that's a rough one to give up, Ryan.
Absolutely. I mean, we talked about it the last minute of a period. Really unfortunate time, a bad time to take a penalty, a bad time to give up a goal. In a first period where Buffalo State has not played poorly at all, they find themselves behind 3-0.
Honestly, I don't mean to disparage anybody. Just Cortland has been better in this first period. Just they have played better hockey, and they are rewarded with a 3-0 lead. That lead is not insurmountable by any stretch of the imagination, but Buffalo State has their work cut out for them. But what I would advise, Ryan, don't really change much. Just clean it up on the breakouts. Offensively, they're getting chances. They're doing what they have to do. They're getting the saves. Just keep playing your game. You'll get a bounce. Just don't panic.
Absolutely. Everything they did, besides the 2 penalties, giving up the 2 power play goals, besides that, really not a ton that you could take into the locker room and say you need to change. The game plan is there for Buffalo State. The scoring chances have been there. Just got to keep doing that and play, a little bit more disciplined of a game.
Absolutely, yep. As at 5-on-5, that was a pretty even period, but the Bengals do find themselves down 3-0. As we are going to step away here for the first intermission as the Cortland Red Dragons take a 3-0 lead into the locker room, as we're going to step away, and we will be right back after this. This is the Nickel City Hockey Network, Western New York's new home for amateur hockey.
I created Buffalo Golf and Social for one reason: to create a space that's different and unique from any other golf facility you've ever been to. It's a place to learn, and it's a place to enjoy. You ready? People ask, what is Buffalo Golf and Social? Buffalo Golf and Social is anything you want it to be. It can be the best instruction. It can be a vibe. It can be a hangout with your friends, running a simulator for 4 hours, playing your own playlist, and putting a game up on the TV. We are about everything and anything pertaining to golf. And most importantly, we are trying to build a community of players and a community of people who love and are dedicated to the game.
Modern media is everyone shouting for attention and no one hearing a thing. Broadcast to social, print to digital, 412 Communications has the solution to get you heard. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today.
And welcome back to Buffalo State Ice Arena, where we are set for second period action. I am Sean McHugh, alongside color commentator, producer Ryan Tantillo, camera operator Thomas Bailey, live from the 412 Communications broadcast booth. 412 Communications, the new gold standard in digital media solutions. After 20 minutes of play, it is a 3-0 lead for the Cortland Red Dragons over the Buffalo State Bengals, as Cortland took advantage of 2 power plays, able to bury on both of them and got an even strength goal. Bengals didn't really play a terrible period, though, Ryan. Just Cortland took advantage of their opportunities.
Yeah, we talked about that at the end of the first. For what was a pretty evenly matched 20 minutes, Cortland just had a couple of extra opportunities. And when Buffalo State made mistakes, like taking penalties, especially that one in the witching hour, like we harped on a little bit, Cortland is a good enough team that they're going to take advantage of those opportunities, and Buffalo State cannot afford to do anything but play 5-on-5 or draw penalties the other way. You cannot go shorthanded against this Cortland team. They're too good. You saw that in that first period. However, what Buffalo State did do, a lot of it worked. Forcing the puck down low, the forecheck was really impressive in that first period, so obviously want to see more of that and just a little bit tighter discipline, and they're going to be right back in this game, I think.
Absolutely, and before the teams take the ice, we would like to acknowledge that second period coverage is brought to you by Buffalo Golf and Social, Western New York's premier destination for year-round practice and instruction, with locations in downtown Buffalo and in Orchard Park, New York. As support for Buffalo State Club Hockey is also brought to you by Ivy Lee Pharmacy, a locally owned neighborhood pharmacy for over 60 years, covering immunization needs, CBD products, home health care, and pharmacy essentials, located at 2446 Elmwood Avenue in Kenmore, or at ivyleepharmacy.com. By Sabella Salon, master stylists that give you exactly the look you're after, located at 202 Hamburg Street in Buffalo. From Envious Gameware, the official uniform provider of Buffalo State Club Hockey, and by Colvin Cleaners. For dry cleaning, wash and fold, tailoring, and more, Colvin Cleaners is who the Bengals trust to keep their uniforms the sharpest in the league. Bengals and Red Dragons are taking the ice here for second period play, as the Red Dragons enjoy a 3-0 lead. And as we discussed at the end of the first, Ryan, the Bengals really just need to stay out of the box and continue what they're doing. Might have run into a hot goaltender right now, but that's why you bring in goaltenders like Goldstein, who can play at this level. He is every bit as good as advertised, to say the very least. He was tested often. He passed every test with flying colors. Jack Howard, nothing to hang his head over with his first period, and I don't think a single player is going to blame him for a single puck that got behind him. So the Bengals, like you said, got to play some 5-on-5 here, and maybe even got to draw some penalties to get back into it.
Yeah, I mean, that's always going to be a key to success, but especially if you're Buffalo State. Cortland is not going to – they're not going to fold on their own. In other words, they're not going to beat themselves based on what I saw in that first period. So Buffalo State is going to have to push the ante, and I think they did that. Once again, their forecheck in that first period was a huge bright spot, the ability to force turnovers, turn it into scoring chances, and that's what you have to do. You can't necessarily sit back and wait for Cortland to make mistakes. I don't think that's how you're going to win this game if you're the Bengals. You got to, get up in their face, put pressure on the puck, and see if, they can crack a little bit under pressure.
Absolutely, and that's going to be a tall order right here, as this is an experienced veteran team. That period was spearheaded by one of their leaders, Zach Michaelis, as he was driving play with the skates, with the stick, and with the shot. He was pretty much in on everything. He drew a penalty. He scored a goal. He had a gorgeous assist. Bengals really, really need to look out for number 7 when he's on the ice, know exactly where he is, because Michaelis knows where every one of his teammates is, and if he decides he wants to put that puck on a teammate, it's going to their stick, as Cortland will win the faceoff, as they are going to be attacking left to right in their road dark uniforms. Chopped into the neutral zone right here is the Bengals looking for the breakout here with Nolan Mitchell. The puck is not moving on this ice right now. I mean, maybe we should have waited to start the period, as the ice is flooded. It is warm here. Oh, puck comes right out in front of the net. 2 saves there by Howard, as Maxwell Taylor had a gorgeous opportunity right there, and then the rebound was fired by Haldane, as we had 3 more Red Dragons coming out of the locker room. Interesting.
They were waiting for the ice to finish freezing.
I mean, maybe not a bad idea in theory, because you can see the amount of water still sitting on that ice right now. It is warm outside, thus it's warm in here, so this ice is going to take a minute to dry, as now we have a hazard, it looks like. Players have to deal with, as Mitchell I mean, man, the players are having a real hard time controlling that puck right now. It is not moving.
It didn't stop Howard from sliding across his crease to make 2 great saves, though, just now.
It's true, as Cortland's going to gain the zone with Haldane. Haldane gets around his man. Haldane on his forehand, and there again, that dry ice. I mean, Cortland, they can't get the puck in the air right here, but even still, though, good back check there by the Bengals and a good save right there by Jack Howard as he holds on with 19:11 remaining here in the second period.
And we saw a lot of pace to start that first period. Cortland, at least, right back to work now. 4 or 5 shots already on goal in less than a minute to start this second period. And the Red Dragons getting an offensive zone draw coming up as well.
Bengals win the faceoff as Ish is going to look to chip it off the boards. That's initially kept in there, but Monahan literally has to scoop it out like a shovel. But he does get the puck to the blue line, and then Ish will retreat into his own end. Ish to Worth. That's in his feet. Icing will be waved off as the Red Dragons with Pravinsky will pick up the puck.
That puck is just stuck
there.
Right
It is again. I mean, this is borderline terrible. Like, nobody can skate here, but here come the Red Dragons with Casulo. Casulo looks to put a move on Damian Ish. Good stick there by the big man right there, and then some physical play there by Campbell. As Monahan looks to get through Michaelis, the puck gets as far as center ice, then Campbell kicks the puck to center. He's got 2 Red Dragons on him. He will send the puck into the Red Dragon zone as Casulo will backhand one up here to Romano. Ronald Romano fires it along to Bravinsky. Bravinsky up the wall here. Nice looking breakout right there by Cortland as Hammerly is going to hit the line. Oh, he's got some speed right here. Lawrence got caught flat-footed. Hammerly around him, and the shot finds the 5-hole. Jack Howard looked like he was expecting Hammerly to try and go bar down with that one, and I don't know if that was by design or if it was that wet ice, but the sliding worm burner of a shot finds its way through the legs of the Bengals goaltender, and Cortland opens up a 4-0 lead.
And a tough goal there for Howard to give up. He did get some of it. I think maybe you were right about kind of the way it was caught. Yeah. The way it caught his pads, and like you said, maybe expecting a high shot, ended up going low, and it worked out. Bengals defense a little bit slow getting back. You said flat-footed, and Cortland just expanding their control over this game right now.
Something Cortland typically brings to the table is some high-end speed right here, and that was on full display right there. As Mendick looks to create a scoring chance off the turnover, and he fires the one-time shot just wide. Bengals again turning the puck over with Johnson. Johnson to Steve White. Steve White has been very noticeable today as Johnson will keep the puck in. He tried to go through. He tried to go backhand, but that's going to be a turnover as Mueller steps middle. Mueller looking through the slot to get a chance on net here. Mueller not able to get it to the slot here, but he continues on into the corner, and he's going to send the puck down low to Garhart. Garhart takes a shot. That's deflected in front. I think Howard might have got his blocker on that, and Mueller's going to pick up the puck in the corner. To the point where it's Higgins. Shot picked up right there, and the rebound finds the back of the net as it's Mueller on the doorstep, and at 17-19 in the second, the Red Dragons open up a 5-0 lead, and this one is in dire straits for the Bengals as this one could get away from them real quick if they don't settle down.
And the way Howard reacted, I initially thought he had that puck in his chest. He had control of it. The play did not stop. The puck was still loose, as you saw, ended up in the back of the net on the second chance by Mueller. But from my vantage point initially, I thought Howard had that under control, but now the Cortland kind of blowing this game open here in the second.
Yeah, 5-0 very early into the second period as Marcello will send the puck around there to an open wing there, and it's going to be gathered there by Murray. Murray again on the forecheck, kicks it in down low where Hornan will send it in front right there as that hits Marcello in front, and then Howard pounces on that as we're going to get a face-off with 16:58 to go in the second period.
And Cortland just continuing to bear down on Howard and this Buffalo State defense. This second period, 3 minutes in, has really been, concentrated in sending shots of the Cortland offense, and, so far they've been rewarded for that.
Cortland looking to set up shop down below the net as it's Murray. Murray dodges a check from Marcello, sends it down low where it's picked up there by Hornan. Marcello takes Hornan to the wall, but Hornan pops out of there with the puck. Hornan is just kind of doing whatever he wants with the puck. He sends one in front right there, and the shot by Murray, and Howard comes on top of his blue paint, makes the save, and holds on for the whistle.
And that was a beautiful pass, a beautiful feed to the slot for a clean look. Howard able to get in front of that one, and he is just getting peppered right now.
Yeah, Howard facing a lot more shots here as the Bengals are going to look to gain something out of this as O'Donnell leans in to take the face-off against Taylor. Shot's initially blocked here, but it is fired in to the far corner from the point. Ish goes to the wall, takes a bump right there, and then Cortland's going to maintain possession. Good read right there by Nolan Mitchell. Howard on the back door, makes the initial save, does not know where the puck is, but it ends up behind the net where Damian Ish is going to fire it off the wall, but Cortland maintains possession. Shot gets through Howard. Oh my goodness, Damian Ish knocked that puck out of the air. It was on its way in, and Damian Ish saves a goal. Wow, we're going to need to get
happen?
It did. I am convinced Ish got a stick on that.
Wow.
Cortland gets right back to the front of the net there, and Howard makes the save as the Bengals are trying to get out of their own end, as Brendan O'Donnell takes the hit, makes the play as Zach sends it in, and we're finally getting an offensive zone faceoff. Damian Ish with the defensive play of the year so far, knocking the puck out of the air as it was, if it wasn't on the goal line, it was an inch away from it. Okay, so the Bengals aren't wilting and they're not going into a shell down 5-0. A great defensive play by the former Kenmore West captain.
My jaw has been on the floor for the last 2 minutes. Unbelievable play there. I thought for sure that puck was headed to the back of the net, but the official had a good look on it. Waved it off.
What a tip play there between Monahan and Campbell. That is tipped just wide in on the back door. Campbell scores! Jack Campbell, the hottest stick in Buffalo right now. A good little play there by Ian Wirth as he goes opposite in. Campbell from his familiar spot taps it in. That is his third goal in 2 games as the Bengals are on the board at 15:35 to go in the second.
And talk about a momentum shift, turning defense down here, preventing a goal, keeping Cortland from expanding their lead even further. Buffalo State comes right back down. In a matter of seconds, they get on the board and are starting to close this gap.
Puck is sent on Howard, and Howard is not playing games. Or okay, maybe he is playing games, but not with the puck as he just pounces on that. And we're going to get a face-off as the Bengals, big defensive play, get a goal, something, got to start with something here. A single snowflake is what's going to cause an avalanche. Maybe a little more than that, but you get the metaphor.
I do get the metaphor. Got to start somewhere.
Bengals get the puck cleared out here as the Red Dragons have to tag up as Colby Lawrence will gather the puck behind his goal line. Sends one up to Monahan. Monahan, ooh, nice move there, and the Bengals look to break out here as the goal scorer Campbell hits the line with speed. Campbell gets around Michaelis, drops it to Ian Wirth. Wirth maintains possession of the puck right here as this line is buzzing. Expect to see a lot more of them for the rest of this game here.
That was a smooth transition through the zone.
Wirth going to the wall here. Wirth wins the battle. Nice little pass there to Monahan. His own Gang's going to get a shot right there. Puck is steered to the corner, but Campbell chips the puck in down low. Ian Wirth hit the centerman down below the line, jitterbugging around. Wirth working those edges. Ooh, fancy little pass through the legs right there, and Wirth sends it back to Lawrence. Lawrence with a long shot fires it wide here, but Gang is going to gather on the far point. Gang to Monahan. Monahan makes some room for himself, but the puck is knocked off him for Casulo, and here comes Michaelis. He's got some speed. Michaelis going with Gang. Michaelis drops it back to Casulo. Nice play from Cortland. Cortland showing off their passing after the Buff State tic-tac-toe play. That puck hits the shoulder of Howard as we are going to get a whistle, but this broadcast is made possible here by Buffalo Golf and Social, Western New York's leading indoor golf facility. For simulators, lessons, and leagues, Buffalo Golf and Social, the area's best destination for year-round practice and instruction. Morello wins the faceoff in a save made by Howard, and then the puck is steered away by Marcello. Another blocker save made by Jack Howard. But Cortland maintains possession down low. Damian Ish taking his man to the wall. Caden Mendick behind the net there. He's dealing with the forecheck, and the puck is, I don't know what happened to that puck. All we know is that it went out of play.
Yes, straight up into the air, but on that past offensive zone possession for Cortland, you're starting to see rebounds, I think, becoming a bit of an issue for Howard. He's given up a few. A couple of them have resulted in really high-quality chances.
Oh, Marciello. Not sure what he was doing there, but I respect the effort. Marciello might have tasted what the boards feel like right there with his face, but got to respect the effort as Steve White. Oh, Steve White's in trouble right there, and they got to get back here. Oh, he draws a penalty. Steve White just going rogue, saying, I got no one to pass to, so I'm just going to get hit, and he does. And he chirps the
That is quite the play right there. Very unique. Steve White, I guess, just making it happen one way or another. He was in trouble there, but didn't give up on the play.
Steve White cannot be bothered with his own physical well-being today as he is laying everything on the line. I am not laughing at Steve White. I have not seen this side of him before, and I love it that it's coming out here today, as Steve White has made a mark on this game, and he's going to get Buffalo State to the power play.
This is exactly what we talked about at the beginning of the period. This is what Buffalo State needs.
Mendick turns the puck right over here, and the Red Dragons looking to create a chance here. Here's Hammerly, sends the pass to Michaelis, but Mendick flying back on the forecheck, makes sure Michaelis cannot get a stick on this, as Lawrence is going to lead the breakout. But there's Michaelis again. First one into the zone, first one back on D, and here comes Kevin Monahan. Oof, Monahan tries to go 1-on-4, and Capolino reminds him why that's probably not a great idea.
Wow.
Capolino's a big, Joey Capolino, he's a big physical defenseman, and he introduced himself to Monahan there, but Monahan not scared of him at all. Monahan goes right back to the well and feeds Lawrence, and a big save right there by Goldstein, and another turnover as Casulo's got a lane. Casulo, Mendick on the back check, and Mendick again. Great effort by Caden Mendick on the back check. He is down. He felt that, but Mendick, again, Buffalo State making some mistakes, but Mendick doing everything he can to get back and make sure that this lead does not get back to 4.
And what a great effort to get back, but that's the last situation you want to be in. When you have the power play, giving up a couple of shorthanded looks, and we still have 1 minute and 8 seconds left on the penalty against Cortland. But, not a great strategy for Buffalo State to keep the play in their own end with the man advantage.
There's an interference penalty taken right there, and the Bengals are going to get, oh yeah, that's a big-time play right there. That was an obvious call, as Cochran's going to get the interference penalty. And you want an opportunity. We said Cortland doesn't do this often. Well, Cortland has cracked the door open. It is on Buffalo State to kick it in right now, as they are going to have an extended 5-on-3. They'll be at 5-on-3 for at least 1.5 minutes, and then they're going to be on the power play for 2 minutes. So the opportunity's there for the Bengals, Ryan.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, Cortland is not going to make a mistake like that very often. At least that's not what you would expect. So if you're Buffalo State, this is your opportunity. You got to get at least one goal out of this situation. At least one goal.
Face-off is one back to Owen Gang. D to Mitchell. You can take your time here. I know you need 4, but you got to make sure you get 1. You got to set it up here. Vincent Zach from the point. Zach shoots into a crowd. That is blocked right there, and Cortland's going to look to clear. But a great forecheck by Vincent Zach, but that's going to be a very tough break for him, as he did everything right. But physics decided that we can't have nice things, and the puck hits Vincent Zach and goes out of play. That the faceoff is going to remain in the Bengals' end, so I guess we can have some nice things.
Only a few nice things.
I'll take it. In 2023, if you'll give me one nice thing, I'll take it and say thank you. No, we can't,
Never
Ryan.
mind.
No,
Nope.
we can't, Ryan. We cannot have
soon.
these nice things. I did it again. I got to just stop broadcasting forever because I'm a jinx. There are so many people in this comment section that are going to agree with what I just said. I can name somebody right now if you want me to.
I'm looking for him in my phone right now.
Faceoff is won into the Buffalo State zone, and Owen Gang is going to retreat into his defensive zone and is going to look to start the breakout, as the Bengals have 35 seconds remaining here on the 5-on-3. Gang slips through the Cortland defense, and he's going to set up shop below the goal line, sends it to Nolan Mitchell. He's got some pressure on him, but here's O'Donnell. O'Donnell's got time and space, and he fires it wide. From there, you really want to see him put the puck on net, but I love the looks here as Ish. Ish looking to the front of the net, and a good defensive play right there by Garhart. And then the 2-12s converge at the line, and a good clear as Garnhart making some nice defensive plays right here as Howard's going to come out to play the puck. He's got to be careful. That's what you can't have, but Howard makes the save. Okay, if you're going to, you made up for it, and now the Bengals are going to get a breakout as we're down to 5-on-4, and here comes Nolan Mitchell. Nolan Mitchell. Oh, they lost the back checker as here come the Red Dragons. It's Holdane with a backhand, and a back check by Vincent Zach ends the scoring chance there.
Oh, my
Vincent
goodness.
Zach and Holdane go to the wall. Oh, Holdane, I don't know if he knows who he's messing with right there. There's at least one penalty on the play. I can't imagine they're not going to take them both right there, as they both delivered plenty of shots to the face. That is protected by a cage. Thank you, college hockey rules.
Oh, my gosh, what a sequence. I mean, Howard in the 5-on-3 really, really could have been an awful mistake. Gets back into position, turns it into a fantastic highlight, making the save. But, the execution there for Buffalo State in the 5-on-3 was, I'm sure, not what they were looking for. 35 seconds still on that one penalty, but then we're heading we're having a player from each
We're
side
gonna
head
have,
to the box.
yeah, so I don't know if we're going to go 4-on-3 or 5-on-4, but yes, Haldane and Vincent Zach got a little too frisky in the corner right there, and they both go down to the ice, and both players got tossed. Yep, Vincent Zach pleading his case to his coaching staff, and they're all telling him the right call was made. It does hurt because Vincent Zach is an important player. You're going to lose him for at least 2 minutes, but you don't lose a man advantage here, at least not yet, as we 5 Bengals on the ice, 3 Red Dragons. Math does not add up there.
Now 4 Red Dragons.
It's going to be the captain, Michaelis, is going to head over to the officials' crease. Face-off is going to be in the Buffalo State end as we are going to skate. I'm going to assume, and watch me be wrong because always, that it's going to be 5-on-4.
And then, yeah, you would assume that the 2 offsetting penalties will just go away after the whistle after 2 minutes. That's the assumption, but we're probably wrong.
These refs don't have mics, and we certainly don't have a Wes McCauley at our disposal right now, so we're just going to have to wait and see for the board to come up.
Yeah, Gene Sterator couldn't join us tonight.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I like my viewers, so.
Oh, my goodness.
I don't need a rules analyst. I think you and I both know enough of the game to tell you what a penalty is as okay. So Haldane got a double minor, likely for the cross-check to the chin of Vincent Zach. Zach just got 2 minutes, so that's been delegated.
So that's huge for Buffalo State.
That helps them. I mean, the Bengals are going to come out of here on top, but you are going to lose Vincent Zach for 2 minutes, so you're not coming out of here completely unscathed. But with attempts to be the glass half full commentator, we are going to look at the positives. And while we do that, this broadcast is brought to you by 412 Communications, the new gold standard in digital media solutions. Modern media seems like everyone's shouting for attention, but no one hears a thing. 412 Communications can help you get your voice above the fray with a myriad of solutions to build bridges between your brand and its clientele. With broadcasting to social media to print to digital communications, the 412 team will put 40-plus years of experience to work to serve you. Referees had a change of heart as it's going to be just a 2-minute it's going to be I'm going to wait. You know what? I'm going to wait and see what we got on the ice here, as it is a 5-on-3. So it's a 2-minute. It's a 35-second 5-on-3 here for the Bengals. So we have that. So this 5-on-3 power play is brought to you by Militello Realty, Western New York's premier commercial real estate broker. To buy, sell, or lease any office, industrial, retail, or investment property, trust the unparalleled knowledge and experience of Militello Realty.
So after that last 5-on-3 ended kind of with a bang, the Bengals are going to get another chance here, 5-on-3, for at least 35 seconds. And then I'm assuming, like you said, it looked like it was going to be a double minor against Cortland and then a single minor against Buffalo State. Now it looks like those are going to offset. It's just going to be 2 minutes against Cortland for now, on top of the 35-second minor that they were serving before things turned into a craziness. I don't even know what the word for that is.
Yes, refs doing a good job of, getting the work done, explaining each. Now it's a 5-on. Okay, that another. I mean, the refs are. The Cortland bench just busted out laughing. So something happened, something unorthodox happened. I couldn't tell you what it was. All we know here is that the Bengals are going to remain on a 5-on-3 with another opportunity as Ian Wirth wins the faceoff, and it's picked up right there by Mendick. Monahan with a one-timer looking for the far. I don't know if that was a pass or not, but Wirth was there, just missed him. Mendick on the point. Mendick with some room. Mendick to Monahan. Monahan's got time and space. Man, you got to give the goaltender here, Goldstein, credit. He was absolutely massive in his butterfly right there. Wirth crosses the face of Mendick and then drops it to him. Mendick from the top of the dot. Shoot, top of the circle, shoots, and Campbell's going to get the block shot here and gather the point. Monahan, one-timer, he scores! Kevin Monahan locks and loads and fires one right over the blocker of the goaltender, Goldstein. And the doors open again as Kevin Monahan, with an absolute bomb, gets Buffalo State their second goal. It is 5-2 with 10:52 remaining and 1:24 left on the power play.
Absolutely. I think that goal is absolutely huge, but just as huge is the fact that it occurred, I think, with 1 second still remaining on that 5-on-3. So only one of those penalties is going to come off the board. Obviously, Cortland might have a word or two about that, but we said Buffalo State has to capitalize when they're given opportunities by the Red Dragons. They've been given a number of them. They've capitalized on a number of them. Now 2 goals in this period. and it looks like it's still going to be another minute 24 on the power play, which is pretty much the best case scenario for the Bengals, assuming that the officials don't change what's up on the clock right now. But either way, what a fantastic goal.
Yeah, it was a great play there by Kevin Monahan, as we still have some discussion here between the officials. So while the officials straighten this out, this broadcast is brought to you by the Battaglia Marciano Agency, an independent agent for auto, homeowners, business, and life insurance. The Battaglia Marciano Agency, providing peace of mind for Western New Yorkers for over 35 years. Supporters also include Pup Styled by Jesse, one-on-one grooming services that will have your dog looking forward to its next visit. Voted a Best of 716 Pet Groomer for 2022, Pup Styled by Jesse on Main Street in Clarence, just east of Transit Road. And finally, by Envious Gameware, designers of high-end custom hockey uniforms, bags, and apparels. Visit EnviousGameware.com to get your team a look to be envious of.
If you want to look at it this way, the second period has been pretty much completely even. So that's something to be very positive if you're Buffalo State. After first period where a couple things didn't go your way, Cortland capitalized on the opportunities. Since that point, coming into this period, it's been 2-2. At one point being behind by 5, and now Buffalo State clawing their way back in. It is, however, going to be back to even strength 5-on-5. So the officials, my interpretation is that they determined that the goal was scored in the 5-on-4, not the 5-on-3.
So we are going to go back to even strength right here, as Cortland will gain the zone with Michaelis. Michaelis goes behind the net, feeds it in front right there, as Campbell's going to feed it down low, and the Bengals are going to look to break out here with Magnus Indridson. Puck is chipped up there, but Michaelis again, man, he is just a puck. He is flypaper on that puck right now, as he just has it stuck to him. Even with his feet, look at this. They just cannot get the puck from this guy. Michaelis sends one in front, and Ian Worth finally gets his stick on it, and the Bengals are going to look to break it out with Campbell. Campbell to the goal scorer, Monahan. Monahan shoots it, goes through traffic, and then Owen Gang is going to have Michaelis on him. Gets by him, gets it down low to Monahan. Monahan backpedaling. Ian Worth with the edge work. Sends it in front of the net. Monahan again, and a save right there by Goldstein. Campbell turns around. Big pad save there by Goldstein again. Red Dragons looking to break out as they got Michaelis. Oh, and there's a penalty taken right there by Campbell. Michaelis on the delayed penalty. Puck is picked up there by Ian Worth as Jack Campbell is going to go. Let's see, is it going to, I think it was Campbell. Yes, Campbell is going to go here. I believe that's going to be for roughing or a high hit. Either way, he blew his man up. But certainly anything but legally. And Cortland now, and this is what we talked about. This is what you can't do with the Red Dragons. Put them on the power play, and the Bengals now have their work cut out for them as they are now tasked to kill a penalty with 9:47 here to go in the second period.
Yeah, and for Buff State, again, costly penalty. Any momentum that they were riding in this second period, it's not over, but it's at least put on hold. Well, you have to kill this penalty for 2 minutes. We're past the halfway point in this game. It's just, you got to continue to stop putting yourself in these situations.
Clifford starts to scoot down the half wall, drops the puck off, and then it's going to be handled at the point there by Garnhart. Garnhart sends it wide. He gets the puck right back off the half wall, looking for a shot or a pass. Finds Taylor. Taylor takes a shot, blocker save right there by Howard, and then he steers it wide as Howard stands firm in the crease right there as Nolan Mitchell takes Clifford to the wall. Clifford gets the puck up to Cochran, who's then going to get the puck all the way over to Garnhart. Garnhart tight ropes the blue line, looks for a shot. There it comes, and it hits a man in front. I don't know if that hit Damian Ish or Mueller, but Mueller's going to kind of scurry into the corner, and he's going to find Clifford. Mueller feeds it across right there for Taylor. A good block initially, and then Howard slides across with the poke check and keeps the puck out as we are now down to 1 minute and 5 seconds to go in the Cortland Red Dragons power play. Taylor tight ropes the blue line. Sends it ahead there for Michaelis. Michaelis just calmly, just saucy pass to Garnhart. Feeds it down low. Taylor for Michaelis. Michaelis takes a shot there, and Nolan Mitchell coming out to contest a shot, blocks it, sends the puck out of play here, and we are going to get a face-off in the Bengals' end.
And that puck movement for Cortland on the power play, I mean, just making it look easy. They had that puck on a string, moving it around, saucer passes, just flipping it around, looking like they're having fun out there. And then the shot was off target, of course, to ruin the highlight, but the power play working pretty smoothly and efficiently for the Red Dragons on that possession.
Puck kept in right there by Bravinski. Bravinski shields the puck, and then he feathers it off on the half wall. Trouble handling it right there. Man down right there, but a good stick there by Casulo to keep that alive. And then he shoots through traffic, and Howard makes the save, and the puck is, and the net, is knocked off its moorings as Colby Lawrence, and it looks like Ronan Hornan end up in the lap of Howard, who then ends up knocking the net off the moorings, and we will get a whistle.
And just 29 seconds left on this power play for Cortland. Buffalo State, you know, again, to keep any momentum that they have in the second period going, got to finish the kills.
Good stick right there. And here comes O'Donnell. O'Donnell wins the race. Brendan O'Donnell walks in, makes the move, and he scores! Defense to offense. Brendan O'Donnell, one-on-one with the goaltender. Head fake, forehand, backhand, 5-hole. Bengals down by 2, 5-3 on an individual effort. That was all Brendan O'Donnell.
Yeah, O'Donnell put the team on his back there, shorthanded, trying to get the penalty kill. You know what? Who needs the penalty kill? Let's go down and score some goals. The Bengals are right back into this game. They're controlling the action in the second period on special teams with a man advantage, with a man in the box, doing it all here. They're winning the second period, and they've got themselves back into a 2-goal deficit, which is, it hasn't been that way in a while.
O'Donnell not satisfied with that as he continues on the forecheck as the Bengals have some life here, but they have to remember they have to kill the latter half of the penalty. Casula walks in, takes a shot. There's the save you needed from Howard. You can feel the energy by the Bengals right now as they're going to look to take advantage of this, but Cortland is not going to be intimidated as they come right out, and Bravinski rips the momentum back as he just fires a laser inside the post. Nothing anybody can do to make a save on that, and Bravinski quickly gives Cortland their 3-goal lead back again.
And you know what? That's not going to go down as a power play goal because Buffalo State had just gotten back to even strength. But again, you know, in the second period here, the player was so late coming back into the zone. It really was, in essence, a 5-on-4 in the offensive zone there for Cortland, able to execute and snatch a little bit of their own momentum back. But still, in this second period, it's been extremely evenly matched. Right now, the difference is that 3-0 first period we had in favor of Cortland.
Yeah, it's not going to count as a power play goal, but the Bengals were definitely not at even strength at the time of the shot here, and the Red Dragons get their lead back again. Their 3-goal lead back again. Ish. Puck in the corner. Kind of walks around one guy, and he's going to look to carry it out, and he will. Damian Ish. He's a big man, and he can move. Ish from a long shot right there. That is blocked, and Cortland's going to look to transition as the puck is carried through center ice. Here come the Red Dragons feeding in front right there, but a good play there by Nolan Mitchell to break that up. But Cortland continues to maintain possession in their own end. In the Buff State end, excuse me.
In just less than 7 minutes to go here in this second period, we're already hit 9 goals combined on the game, 6 in this period, 3 aside. I mean, these two teams came to play hockey. We talked about that pregame and in the first period, and we've had quite the entertaining action tonight in the first, just over the first half of the game.
Yeah, we do have a large fan base here, a lot of Cortland and a lot of Buff State here. They have definitely been treated to some excellent, fun hockey to watch through, you know, half of a game and change here as Nolan Mitchell and Colby Lawrence take the puck to the boards, take the player to the boards here as that's Casulo. That shot knocks the stick out of Howard's hand and goes wide. And then a good play down low by Clifford. Lawrence. Behind the net, Lawrence, that pass misses, and it just finds its way out of the zone right there as Taylor fires it right back in down low from the neutral zone, and it's going to be Zarogian. Sends the puck in, and it's picked up there by Murray. Mitchell, massive hit right there and right in front of the official, and Zarogian, haven't seen a lot of him right there trying to make a name for himself. Maybe got a little over anxious right there as he put Nolan Mitchell into the wall a little harder than probably necessary. And the Bengals head back to the power play with a chance to get back to within 2 with 6:10 here remaining in the second period.
And all penalties are frustrating, but it's always especially frustrating to take a penalty in the offensive zone.
Away from the puck.
Away from the play too, right. Just very costly, and you know, again, the seesaw of the momentum here in the second period has gone back and forth multiple times. This is an opportunity for Buffalo State to sit on their side of the seesaw and tilt it back.
But here comes Cortland as it's Murray. Murray gets in on the power move. Oh, did he one-hand that? Yeah, he did. That was gross. Tyler Murray, man, oh man, I don't know if that was intentional, but for the sake of how cool that looked, I'm going to give it to him, as that looked like a combination of Forsberg and Kucherov right there.
Man.
Tyler Murray, my goodness, young man, what a play as Cortland gets their 4-goal lead back. Again, I'm sorry, Bengals fans, you got to tip your cap when it's warranted, and I believe that is absolutely warranted there. Beautiful individual effort there by Tyler Murray.
And just a filthy goal 9 seconds into the power play the shorthanded period, excuse me. How many shorthanded goals or opportunities have we seen? How many highlights have we seen in this game?
Power play is going to definitely get some attention in practice this week on both sides, I think. Both teams have been successful. It's either feast or famine on the power play for these two teams. They're either scoring or getting scored on. So as a hockey fan, I just know I'm getting a goal when I see the Stripes put their arms up. It's just a matter of who's going to score it at this point. I mean, we have 10 goals here in just, 34 minutes of play, 33 minutes and 59 seconds if anybody wants to nitpick me, but.
Now Buffalo State player in the penalty box. We have 4-on-4.
Oh, that's not good. So now the Bengals starting to get frustrated here, which is exactly what you cannot do against this Cortland Red Dragons team. That is a recipe for not great stuff.
Yeah, but not only do you give up the shorthanded goal, but you send your man to the box to kill the power play.
Campbell looks to feed it in front right there, but a good read right there by the goal scorer Murray. And then here comes Cortland as Garhart's going to lead the rush here as he's got Horan with him. And a glove save there by Howard, but it's picked up there by Garnhart. Garnhart feeds it down low there to Murray. Murray hits the brakes there, looks to get rid of Indridson, and then he feeds it down low right there to Hornan. Hornan over to Garnhart. Launches it all the way down low where he's going to feed it in front of the net, and a pretty passing play there. And Murray gets his second in a minute right there as Cortland gets their 5-goal lead right back again. As the Bengals could not seize much momentum as Cortland was kind of getting tired of that and just rips it right back as they open up an 8-3 lead with 5:13 to go here in the second period.
And really a disappointing turn of events here for Buffalo State. They got close in this game. They set up their special teams, their power play offense, and then things have just completely ballooned and gone further into the Cortland direction, which is where the game was already going. But anytime Buffalo State has seemed like they're showing a glimpse, Cortland has kind of just snatched it right back, and they're just really putting on a showcase on offense here.
Zach's pass a little too far for his intended target here, and Cortland will retreat as it's going to be picked up there by the Red Dragons, Bravinsky. Bravinsky ducks below the line. Bravinsky reverses ice and sends it to the far corner right there where Casulo's going to pick it up. Casulo feathers it to the point there for Romano. Down low into the corner. Puck is fed in front right there. Good stick initially, but a follow-up shot saved by Howard initially. And then Casulo falls through the crease, but makes sure he avoids as much contact with Howard as he can. No extracurricular attention needed there. No harm, no foul, as we're going to get a face-off here coming up in the Buffalo State defensive zone.
And, with just 4.5 minutes to go here in the second period, what a marathon second period. I mean, we've seen 8 goals combined between the two sides. It's just been outrageous.
Clifford down below the line. Clifford hits the brakes and looks to set up shop. Sends it to the looks little short side snipe attempt right there, just a little far though, but the Red Dragons will maintain possession. Clifford, it's got Gang on him, but Clifford uses that big body and forces his way through. Oh, what a pass right there, but Taylor couldn't get a stick on that one. Romano keeps the puck in at the point. Gang not able to get it by the Red Dragons forecheck as it's going to be carried into the zone there by Zarogian. Zarogian, sidesteps Vince Zach, breakaway pass here, and Mitchell's not able to control the pass. Tough break right there, but Mitchell continues on into the zone. Mitchell has a Red Dragon right up in his pocket right here, and they're going to break out nicely. Here comes Mueller. Got Zarogian with him. Mueller takes the shot, and it falls down into the crease right there, and Howard finds it in the blue paint and pounces on top and holds on for the whistle. And with 3:36 to go, this support for Buffalo State Club Hockey is brought to you by Ivy Leaf Pharmacy, locally owned neighborhood pharmacy for over 60 years, located at 2446 Elmwood Avenue in Kenmore, or at ivyleafpharmacy.com.
And Howard has just been really put to work tonight. He's made a ton of great saves, and many of them really aren't You know, many of the goals he's allowed have not been, you know, like he misplayed the puck or anything. We've seen some.
The time he misplayed the puck, he made a ridiculous save.
Exactly. That's true. That's true. He's put on a show tonight, really, just the highlights. But also, you know, for every highlight he's made, the Cortland offense has 8 of their own highlights. And, again, we're not even through 2 periods.
Higgins at the point. Goes D to D for Capolino. Capolino sends it to the front of the net right there. Good defensive play there by Magnus Indridson, and he's going to look to skate it out. Indridson sends it in deep right there, and here comes Steve White. Steve White, there he is again, throwing a shoulder, but the problem is the Red Dragons have 3 through the breakout, and just Colby Lawrence is back. Oh, and they were, oh yeah. Joseph Morello is big mad right now, and I don't blame him. He was just half a step off sides. That would have been a glorious scoring opportunity.
And, you know, sometimes that looked like a play where, you know, you almost get penalized for being generous, for being unselfish, giving up the puck on the 3-on-1 zone entry. I think if the initial puck carrier just brought it over the line and then passed it, the play would have been on sides and the rush would have continued to generate.
Here comes Cortland with Capolino again. Capolino sends it across there, and the shot is wide there. Indridson picks it up behind his own net. He's got a little bit of room here initially. Indridson sidesteps one, and then he fires one up to Aaron Johnson. Steve White in the neutral zone. Cross-ice pass to Marciello. Cortland wins the battle there with Cochran initially. The Bengals gather it with Indridson. Indridson looks for Johnson. Icing is waved off, and Johnson leads the forecheck as Capolino picks up the puck behind his own end. Oh, Capolino spins away from Aaron Johnson smoothly right there, and the Red Dragons, although it's far from smooth, they will break out here as Murray's going to lead the rush. Murray to the backhand, goes around behind the net looking for a teammate in front of the net. He cycles it down low to Morello. Morello steps by Owen Gang and gathers down on the half wall. Morello looks to create a shot for himself, and he does, and it doesn't get through right there. Puck is fed to the front of the net right there, and Tyler Murray scored a goal right from that spot a minute ago. That time, Jack Howard, wise to his act, makes the save, and we're going to get a face-off with 2 minutes and 12 seconds to go here in the second period of play. This broadcast is brought to you by Say Bella Salon, master stylist giving you exactly the look you're after, located at 202 Buffalo Street in Hamburg.
And the Cortland offense continuing to do what's worked for them, moving the puck, throwing it in front, and Tyler Murray looking for 3 goals.
Monahan looks to put a move on somebody. Campbell drags to the backhand. Campbell throws it across here, hits a bangle, but does not find the ice right there. And the Red Dragons look to break out. Damian Ish, good stick right there, and Monahan through the zone again. Monahan, long shot from the point. No difficulty there for Goldstein as he gloves it and he holds on with 1 minute 49 to go here in the second period.
And as we're inside of the final 2 minutes here in the second period, for Buffalo State right now, do everything you can, I think, to just get one more goal across. If you can get it to a 4-goal game, yes, that's a huge deficit to overcome in a single period.
4 is less scary than 5.
And we've seen them make the game close and make Cortland uncomfortable. So again, you got to start somewhere, get one across now. You have a whole 20-minute period to try and finish the job.
Owen Gang got caught up ice right there, and Cortland looking to take advantage, but they are not able to as the pass goes a little too far, and we are going to get an offensive zone faceoff as this broadcast is brought to you by Colvin Cleaners. For dry cleaning, wash and fold, tailoring, and more, Colvin Cleaners is who the Bengals trust to keep their uniforms the sharpest in the league.
And just 96 seconds to go here in the second period. You know, Buffalo State, maybe we could get a little bit of a reverse of what we saw at the end of that first period, drawing a penalty in the last minute and seeing what you could do to capitalize on it before we head to intermission.
2-on-1 for Cortland. There's the shot right there and a save there by Howard on Hornan. Ian Worth, oh, he's got those legs turning and he can move. Ian Worth through the neutral zone, knifing through the Cortland defense. Ian Worth steps middle, looks for the drag through right there, a little too far ahead of him, but he's going to chop it down low, but Cortland's going to gather it where it's picked up there by Clifford. Owen Gaines got to be careful here. He's got 2 on him, and not the ideal play, but you could have done a lot worse than just yeeting it out of the zone right there as Cortland had 2 guys in hot pursuit, and that is not something you want to mess with, as this broadcast is brought to you by Colvin Cleaners. For dry cleaning, wash and fold, tailoring, and more, Colvin Cleaners is who the Bengals trust to keep their uniforms the sharpest in the league.
Yeah, not always the best play to kind of just slap the puck out of harm's way and take a second, but probably a lot better than giving up a 2-on-1.
Colby Lawrence shrugs off a forechecker, gets the puck to Ian Worth. Ian Worth, nice little drop pass there for Campbell. Campbell fends off a checker. Good defensive play there by Romano as that his puck is kept in by the Bengals as Monahan looks in the corner there, but the entrance door kind of gives him false ice, and the puck jumps off his stick. And Cortland's going to head through the zone here with Zarogian. Oh, Zarogian, hard snap shot right there, and Campbell sliding to his left makes a glove save here as we have 28 seconds here to go in the second period.
And Campbell staying sharp, or excuse me, Howard staying sharp there, making the glove save. And, you know, he's got to, I know the goals haven't all been his fault. Many of them haven't at all. But, you know, he's going to be a major part if Buffalo State is going to try and mount any sort of a comeback here.
Puck in the corner there as Idridson goes to the wall here, picked up there by Clifford. Clifford sends it to the point. Romano backpedaling. Floats it down low as Clifford and everyone allows it to go to the point to Bravinsky, as then Bravinsky shuffles down below where he sends it to Zarogian. Zarogian fends off some pressure initially, gets the puck back to Romano. Romano, hard pass, and then a long shot at the buzzer right there by Bravinsky. Doesn't get through there, but Cortland doing a nice job to literally hold it for the last shot. So it was an entertaining period, but Cortland got 5, Buffalo State got 3, and we are going to head into the second intermission with Cortland with a commanding 8-3 lead. But Ryan, we had some fun that period.
Yeah, that period had the entertainment factor. Talk about highlights on both ends, both teams. I mean, just an outstanding period. And, you know, I think we talked a little bit about these teams are starting to get their legs under them early in the season. And Cortland, at least on offense and special teams tonight, just clicking on all cylinders. And, you know, not only are they scoring goals, but the goals are gorgeous. I mean, just really high execution.
Yeah, great execution on both ends offensively, but Cortland getting the better of play through 2 periods as they take an 8-3 lead over the Bengals into the second intermission. We are going to step away here for the break here, as this is Nickel City Hockey Network, Western New York's newest home for amateur hockey.
People ask, what is Buffalo Golf and Social? Buffalo Golf and Social is anything you want it to be. It can be the best instruction. It can be a vibe. It can be a hangout with your friends, running a simulator for 4 hours, playing your own playlist, and putting a game up on the TV. We are about everything and anything pertaining to golf. And most importantly, we are trying to build a community of players and a community of people who love and are dedicated to the game.
Modern media is everyone shouting for attention and no one hearing a thing. Broadcast to social, print to digital, 412 Communications has the solution to get you heard. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today.
And welcome back to Buffalo State Ice Arena, where we are just about ready for third period action. I am Sean McHugh, alongside color commentator and producer Ryan Tantillo, camera operator Thomas Bailey, live from the 412 Communications broadcast booth. 412 Communications, your new gold standard in digital media solutions. After 20 minutes of play, it is an 8-3 Cortland Red Dragons lead over the Buffalo State Bengals. But Ryan, we were not robbed of any entertainment in that second period, as it was a track meet, to say the least.
I mean, you could say about a million things about that second period. It seemed like there were about a million goals. Just back and forth, special teams, shorthanded goals, fantastic saves. I mean, you could have like a week's worth of highlight film just from that second period alone, and we still have 20 minutes to play here in this 8-3 game.
Absolutely, as it just seems like every time these Cortland Red Dragons make an appearance here on Nickel City Hockey Network, their offense explodes. As I would argue that some of the most fun games I've ever had the pleasure of being a part of involved this Cortland Red Dragons team. They had a legendary game against the St. Bonaventure Bonnies, a school I went to. A lot of our viewers are in on that joke. As that game was an 8-7 game that went to overtime, as the Red Dragons have put up 8 in 2 periods here. And the Bengals, I mean, 8-3 looks lopsided, and maybe it is, but we have to acknowledge that the Bengals scored 3 awesome goals in that period. They had plenty of chances. We had back and forth play. It's just Cortland had the ice tilted longer, and they got better results for it. So they're going to head into this period with a 5-goal lead with 20 minutes to go. But I got to tell you, man, it's, if any game it could possibly see a 5-goal lead dissipate, it's a game like this. And that's not to just credit Cortland. It's just the way this game has gone. It's been a seesaw battle, and eventually Buff State's going to try to launch Cortland off the seesaw altogether.
Yeah, I mean, Buffalo State has done a lot of good things tonight. Their goaltenders look sharp. Their power play unit looked pretty sharp. They scored a goal shorthanded. I mean, the pieces are there. I think it's probably more an issue of slowing Cortland down more than it is, you know, ramping up the offense. Because 3 goals through 2 periods is pretty solid success. If you can keep that pace up, you're going to be scoring 4 or 5 a game.
Yes, on pace for 4 or 5, depending on circumstance or what have you. But Cortland, you know, they like we had mentioned in pregame, they're a UNYCHL, they're an AAU D1 team. Although this is a cross-division game, with the AAU implementing the D1, Cortland was selected to be in that, and this is a bit of a measuring stick game for Buffalo State. I do want to argue, I don't feel like, as Cortland has been better through 2 periods, that goes without saying, but I would also like to argue that I don't know if they're 5 goals better. I think Cortland has taken advantage of opportunities. Buffalo State might not have as much, which is why you see the lead as it is. Either way, the Bengals do have a period to get it right as the faceoff is controlled. And Campbell picks up the puck on the half wall. Campbell. Puck is moving a little better out of the period, please. All right, cool. Because if you remember, Ryan, the second period, the first 2 minutes, nobody could really do anything with the puck.
Yeah, certainly that puck was not moving at all on the wet ice, and this seems a little bit better early in the third.
Gang behind the net, puts it in the feet of Campbell. Campbell sends one to center ice. That's shipped away there, but Gang is going to jump up from his defensive position and send the puck down low, and then he will head for a change as the Red Dragons retreat to their own end with Higgins. Higgins off the wall there. Good read there by Worth. Worth takes a shot there, but a good skate there and blocked by Capolino. Puck turned over at center ice there to Monahan as Worth will chip it off his back end at center ice and send it back in down low. Steve White's got his man eyed up right here, but Steve White pulls up and went for the stick check, and Cortland is going to look to break out here with Capolino.
White has been such a bright spot for Buffalo State tonight. Every shift he's out there, he's putting pressure on the puck.
Steve White's been around for a while here, and this might be the most noticeable he's been in a game here. Good to see from the veteran forward, a very hard-working, goal-driven forward, to say the very least here. Good to see him getting some minutes and, doing the most with those minutes.
And now we see the ice coming back into play a little bit, I think.
I think we might be as Johnson with a touch pass here. Oh, that's going to be turned over there to Casulo. Oh, and Casulo just missed Zach Michaelis. Don't let him get behind the defense again, because that will not happen a second time, I promise. Well, they're going to learn here as Michaelis feeds it down low, and the shot right there by Hammerly, and it's steered away there. Shot deflected wide there as Hammerly's going to pick up the puck and steer it into the corner. Hammerly. Casulo falls down right there, but Cortland maintains possession. Casulo gets a one-timer in the slot. That puck goes up high on Lawrence, and then a pad save there made by the goaltender Howard. Bengals looking to get the puck out of the zone. They're having a lot of trouble doing that right now as they're penned in as Hammerly. Nice little toe drag there on Lawrence. Hammerly on his backhand, and Howard makes the nice save as Hammerly. Fancy stick work right there with the heel drag. Bengals looking to clear. Puck is going to get past the defenseman Bravinsky at his point man, and the Bengals are going to get that much-needed change as that forward line was gassed. Puck is chipped in there by Morello. Damian Ish is going to gather it behind his net. Ish hits the brakes, loses his man, and Ish is going to start to skate it out. Ish through 1, through 2, through 3. Damian Ish. Oh, he's a big man here. He's got some experience playing forward. Ish with the shot there. Good block. Ish again. And it's saved right there by Goldstein as Damian Ish goes locomotive right there and just skates the length of the ice and creates a chance. Damian Ish is a leader out there. As you remember, a lot of people are familiar with his story defeating cancer, but he was also a leader on and off the ice for a very successful Kenmore West Blue Devils team. You can see a lot of those traits here as Damian Ish continues to play hard and puts it on the line for his team in this game, and he's going to be asked to do that again here as the Red Dragons come in 3-on-1. Pass comes across, and it's just not able to be handled there by Cochran. Cochran spins it down low there, looks to get it back to the front of the net there, but the Red Dragons with Michaelis take a shot, saved there by Howard. Red Dragons maintain possession right there. Shot wide there by Cochran. Mitchell in a race for the puck right there, chips it by one Red Dragon, but's not able to get it by Cochran as Cochran ducks down below the line and he hands it off. Mueller into the corner. Mitchell puts him into the glass right there, but good team forecheck there by Cochran and Mueller as they're tag teaming down below, and they're just kind of just sucking time off the clock right here. Exactly what Cortland's looking to do as Mueller comes out with the puck.
Yeah, certainly. You know, sometimes we might criticize teams for being too conservative with a lead, not being aggressive, but this is, I think, a different scenario when you're ahead
below
by
the goal
5.
line. When you're below the goal line, you're doing nothing wrong. Like you said, Ryan, yes, you don't want to, be too passive right here, but Cortland is doing it with possession instead of a too high shell that we have seen a certain hockey team in Buffalo used to do a lot of. That would annoy us. You know the team, right?
I don't actually. I'm just laughing to go along with it.
The team in blue and gold, yeah, those guys.
That guy.
They're going to be good this year. Vincent Zach through the neutral zone. Zach puts a move on one. Oh, Vincent Zach, wow! The only thing better than the stick handling there was the save there by Goldstein, and Vincent Zach decides that someone needs to hit the ice as a result of that. I'm sorry, that was Brendan O'Donnell, excuse me with all that, as O'Donnell's having one of his better games as a Bengal as Monahan takes his man to the wall. Cortland sending it down low here as it's gathered by the Red Dragons. That is Hobbs. Back to the point, jumps over a stick there. Mendick in pursuit right there, but both defensemen get back as Farina looks to wind it behind his own, but Mendick relentless on the forecheck as the puck is sent off the wall there. And the Red Dragons are going to get a breakout opportunity here with Garnhart. Garnhart gets it up to Hornan. Hornan, nice little feed looking for Murray, but the puck is sent through center ice as we have, wow, that was a quick 5 minutes in this first period as we're at 15 to go in this third period. Yeah,
pace of play is flying by, both teams really buzzing, and, Cortland's going to let that clock keep ticking.
Puck in the neutral zone right there. Campbell knocks it off his man's stick and chases in down low, but Cortland does a nice job of retreating. This is one thing you are going to see from Cortland. You see it all the time, but especially protecting a lead. They are going to make sure they are responsible on their own end first without giving up their desire to attack, as soon as they get possession, they're going. But everybody's back in the zone right here as Taylor's going to lead the breakout. Taylor had Haldane, but the puck is taken off his stick by Gang, but then it is swamply taken right back there by Hobbs. Bodies collapsing to the ice right there as the puck is sent to center ice. Campbell gets there first and chips it over center, but then it's going to be picked up right there and sent in by Capolino. Capolino looks for the far side, grips it just wide. That's going to make its way to the blue line, but it's held in right there by Higgins.
Portland not slowing down at all, looking for more scoring chances.
Steve White just offside right there. Then he takes a stiff jolt right there from Joey Capolino, but Steve White is no stranger to physical play, especially today. He just shakes that right off. I don't want to hear that Steve White didn't feel that. Capolino's a big physical defenseman, but Steve White is not going to be intimidated by anybody as he has brought that grinder, sandpaper edge that the Bengals really needed tonight. Capolino down below the line, spins off of Indridson. Nice looking breakout here by the Red Dragons as they're going to knife through the zone here with Clifford. Clifford takes the shot and he fires it wide, but the Red Dragons maintain possession off the carom. There's a shot that deflects out of play right here, and we're going to get a face-off here as this broadcast is made possible by Buffalo Golf and Social, Western New York's top indoor golf facility with simulators, lessons, and leagues. Buffalo Golf and Social, the area's top destination for year-round practice and instruction.
And Cortland, like I said, on the last shot attempt, right back to it, even with a 5-goal lead, not slowing down their offensive attack at all. not being too conservative, but like you said, also being smart. Starting in their own end and working from there, maintaining possession, doing things, following the fundamentals and being smart with the puck.
Capolino shakes off the back pressure by O'Donnell. There's a turnover here for Nolan Mitchell. Nolan Mitchell's got someone on his hip, hits the brakes there looking for a trailer. Mitchell throws it down to Brennan O'Donnell. O'Donnell spins off Capolino. O'Donnell sends one to the front of the net, and that almost took a crazy bounce. But the goaltender Goldstein reaches back, and in what made my rotator cuff hurt, the young man from Cortland makes a nice glove save as that puck was trickling towards the goal line, but the goaltender Goldstein makes another nice save.
That was like Michael Jordan at the end of Space Jam, the extendo arm.
Man, are you even old enough to remember that game?
That movie is older than I am, but I have seen it, and it was like the extendo arm of Michael Jordan at the end of that movie, reaching across the crease, just having enough. And yeah, like you said, rotator cuff probably doesn't feel too good after that.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, my color commentator Ryan Tantillo just aged me half to death because I vividly remember seeing that movie in theaters, and I'm now told that there are people that exist that were not alive when that movie came out. So
everyone on the ice.
All right, and now I'm going to go have an existential crisis, but we have a game to call first as Cortland looks to break out. Red Dragons from behind the zone. Puck is turned over at center ice and chipped back in. That is gloved there, so Cortland doesn't have to shoot all the way into their own end, but it looks like for good measure, Christopher Hammerly will do just that. Break out to Michaelis. Michaelis with a head of steam. He's dangerous, but Damian Ish, I will say Damian Ish has been the best Bengals defenseman tonight. He has had a great stick right there as the young man from Kenmore West continues to improve his game regularly, but here's Michaelis looking for the far side right there. That does not find Twine, and Caden Mendick will spear it down low, and like I keep saying, the puck just seems to find Zach Michaelis everywhere. But we are going to have a charging penalty coming up here to Cortland as Caden Mendick got blasted right there, as it is going to be Anthony Farina going to go for knocking Mendick into the boards, as the Bengals will now get an opportunity on the power play, as this power play is brought to you by 412 Communications, the new gold standard in digital media solutions with a myriad of solutions to build bridges between you, your brand, and its clientele. From broadcast to social media, from print to digital, the 412 team is able to put 40 years of experience to work to serve you.
And Buffalo State heading to the power play, but this period has flown by. There's only 12 minutes left in this third period, and you're going to have to capitalize on this power play to really have any chance moving forward, making it a 4-goal game in what would be the last 10 minutes of the period, and even from that point, obviously not a great situation to be in at all.
Absolutely, but also it is early in this season, and this is a measuring stick game for the Bengals. I'm not going to sit here and tell you there's such a thing as a moral victory at this level of hockey, but considering what the Bengals are looking to build, they have rose to the challenge, they have continued playing hard, and they have continued to do a lot of things that we like to see here. And being effective on this power play is something we want to see. And as there is an issue with the changes, so with that, we would like to acknowledge another sponsor as Militello Realty makes this broadcast possible. Western New York's premier commercial real estate broker. To buy, sell, or lease any office, industrial, retail, or investment property, trust the unparalleled knowledge and experience of Militello Realty. Monahan. Shot from the point off the bar. Monahan with a seeing eye shot. Beats everybody but the post. Ian Worth. Back to Monahan. Monahan fanned on a shot, thought a stick might have broken right there, but Monahan gets the puck off the wall. Colby Lawrence, that is a big, nasty screen in front of the net. Monahan looks to stuff it. There's another shot, and I could see that puck roll on Ian Worth from here, and that's unfortunate as he had a lot to shoot at. Puck is chipped out, though. There's an excuse-me breakout right there for Cortland, but they're going to take it as that shot is going to be fired in on Howard. He's going to glove it down and send it to Monahan as Hornan continues after he creates a bit of a scoring opportunity. Then he leads the forecheck, and he makes a defensive play to dislodge Monahan from the puck. And then Garnhart is going to send it the length of the ice as Mendick will retreat into his own end to start another breakout as we have 1:05 to go here in the Bengals power play. 11 minutes on the dot here remaining in regulation time as Mendick picks up the puck at center ice. Mendick gains the line. He's got room. Mendick takes the shot, and he scores! Caden Mendick kind of slides in to Cortland Red Dragons defense, maybe giving him a little too much respect right here. Mendick, a sharpshooter in his own, the Lancaster product, fires one fire to the blocker side of the goaltender Goldstein, and the Bengals get it to an 8-4 deficit.
And I think the power play tonight for Buffalo State has been extremely effective, and something that has you know, it's been a huge factor on their offensive success. And we talked about, you know, you need to do that against a good team like Cortland. And you said there's no moral victories at this level. Maybe not a moral victory, but at least something that can give you confidence moving forward, knowing that your power play is effective. We saw it there once again tonight, and capitalizing on the goal.
Cortland moves to break out right here as the puck is sent up to Taylor. Taylor's going to hit the line with speed as he's got Haldane going to the net with him. Taylor creates space for himself, takes a shot there, and Owen Gang blocks it with his backside. Taylor down below the half wall. Rolls the puck in down low where it's chipped up by Marciello, but it's then kept in there by Romano. Gang up the half wall, looks to clear after taking a hit, but is kept in right there, and a long shot is fired wide. Romano again pinching from his blue line position. Again, takes a jolt there by Marciello, but the puck is kept in right deep as Clifford and Gang go to the wall. Clifford takes a bounce here, almost wins it there, but a reinforcement there by Brennan O'Donnell will get the puck to center ice. Puck is in the feet of Romano, doing a really good job, though, because if Vincent Zach gets it by him, he is gone. And then Romano gains center ice and sends it down low. Damian Ish to Mitchell. Mitchell kind of forgot the puck right there. There's a play here, and then Bengals might have some numbers if they hurry. Here's Vincent Zach. Vincent Zach pirouettes. That's going to be a shot on goal and an offensive zone faceoff. Considering that ended up being a 2-on-3, you can do a lot worse here if you're the Bengals, as this broadcast is brought to you by the Battaglia Marciano Agency. Independent agent for auto, homeowners, business, and life insurance, the Battaglia Marciano Agency, providing peace of mind for Western New Yorkers for over 35 years.
And that ended up being a pretty good bounce for Buffalo State. That centering pass deflected off the Cortland defender, went on net, covered up by Goldstein. They're going to have a chance to set up on the faceoff.
Cortland looking to break out here with Capolino. Capolino sends a pass here, and a crispy breakout there by Cortland as Michaelis gains the line. Michaelis drops it back. That post puck was smoked off the elbow there by Hammerly. Hammerly on a one-timer from Michaelis. Just missed the bar here. And the Bengals are going to look to break out with Damian Ish, but Michaelis picks his pocket initially, but Ish dogging on the puck today, though, chips it up to Steve White. Steve White, again, style points don't matter if it works, and it works right there for Steve White as the puck gets out in the offensive zone. Indridson with Aaron Johnson. Bengals doing really nice work there, and the puck is going to be sent into the offensive zone. And the Bengals are going to start a bit of a light forecheck. Steve White is lurking again there. I think you and I are thinking the same thing right there, Ryan, as we saw Steve White looking here. Long pass here to White. Steve White feeds it across for Aaron Johnson. But the puck is taken off his stick by Higgins, and then Higgins is going to backpedal behind his own net. And then he's going to feather one up the wall here where it's picked up by Hammerly. Hammerly to Michaelis. Michaelis hits the brakes, and the puck is chopped off his stick right there and chipped up the wall. But it's kept in by Higgins. Michaelis to Higgins at the point. Shot through traffic, but end saved there by Jack Howard. Reverse hit right there by Michaelis as well, but the Bengals are going to break out with Steve White. He's got some numbers here too. Steve White. Steve White tried to sidestep the hit right there, and the Cortland bench is letting him know that. Here comes Hammerly. Down below the wall, there's Mendick, blocks that shot. Picked up there by Colby Lawrence, back to Owen Gang. Gang looking for Mendick, and that was a good stick there by Cortland, as that would have been a 2-on-1 if that pass connected. Wide pass to Mike, wide pass right there as Morello walks in, looks to go short side there, and a good save there by Howard. Monahan up the wall, looking for Mendick. Mendick on the pressure on Garnhart. Garnhart figure eights his way around his net there, and then the puck is chipped up to Morello. Morello looking for Mueller. To Garnhart. Sends it down low. Picked up there by Mueller. Mueller feeds it in front right there. Blocker save right there by Howard. Campbell reverses ice. Chips it off the boards right there, but Mueller with a good forecheck. Looks to feed it in front right there. Picked off there by Ian Worth, and Ian Worth is going to go in by himself. Ian Worth going 1-on-2. Worth takes a shot through a screen. Gets it on goal right there, but the paddle stays down there by Goldstein. And Cortland's going to look to break out here with Cochran. Cochran drops it back for Mueller. Mueller, nice job to avoid the check here. Gets a shot on goal, but the Bengals are going to break out here. Bengals have some slight numbers here with Monahan. Monahan, not sure what that was, but he picks up the puck down below his goal line. Looks to send it in front. Marciello down to the wall to Ian Worth. Worth shrugs off a stick check. Gets it down to Nolan Mitchell. Mitchell down below the goal line. Drops a backhand pass in the corner, picked up there by Vincent Zach. Vincent Zach to Worth. Fires it off the boards right there, Nolan Mitchell. Initially avoids Morello, but then the tag team defense right there by Cortland with Bravinsky gains possession, and now Garnhardt's going to start the breakout. Garnhardt. That is chipped off the stick of Cochran, and then Mitchell with two guys on him. Mitchell doing a nice job working against two Dragons right here, but the Bengals need possession. Mitchell in the neutral zone, as it took three Dragons to get the puck off Mitchell, but they got it, and Mitchell finishes off his man as he sends Hornan into the boards with a hard hip check. Marciello to Gang. Back to Marciello. To Gang. Up the wall. Neat breakout right there, and here comes O'Donnell with speed. O'Donnell throws a reverse hit right there as Hornan wanted a piece of him, and both players go down to the ice. Bengals are not shying away from the physical play here with 5.5 minutes to go here in regulation time. Here comes Hornan. Hornan looks to put a move on Colby Lawrence, and Lawrence shoulders him off, and then Hornan goes to retrieve his stick, and the Bengals are going to break out again to Vincent Zach. Vincent Zach tries the big move right there, but Bravinsky wasn't fooled by that as he throws a shoulder into the very, very powerful Vincent Zach at that. Hornan had a loud shift, and he's going to head off the ice right there. Indridson chips it up the wall right there, picked up there by Romano. Romano chips it in there as Lawrence gathers in the corner. Lawrence backhands one over to Owen Gang. Puck jumps over his stick, but Aaron Johnson in pursuit picks it down low below his goal line. Gang. Backhander to Indridson. Indridson gets run here. Kyle Zarogian really does not like that call. And if he keeps this nonsense up, he's going to get another one. Just go to the box. You're up by 4. As the Bengals are going to head to the power play, and this power play is brought to you by the Battaglia Marciano Agency, an independent agent for auto, homeowner, business, and life insurance. The Battaglia Marciano Agency, providing peace of mind for Western New Yorkers for over 35 years.
And you saw that chippiness there at the end of that play. It took us really much, most of the game to get to this point, something we haven't seen a ton of. We talked a little bit about how last game for Buffalo State against Alfred had a lot more of that animosity. Really not a ton of that in this game.
That really wasn't even bad either.
Right, and there hasn't been a place for that in this game because it's been so competitive, so high intensity. These teams are not here to mess around. They're here to play hockey, and Cortland clearly came to play hockey tonight.
Yes, they sure did, and I'm not trying to say I'm not here to question Buff State's effort at all, but Cortland definitely came in with a little more juice to start the game. Lawrence in the slot. Lawrence takes a shot. Oh, and it almost jumped over here. Oh, here comes the Red Dragons. They're going to get a breakout here. Here comes Haldane. Haldane, steps around one, takes a shot, and he scores. Cole Haldane, he's got wheels, and he skates in one-on-one with the Buffalo State defenseman, makes a nice cut-across move, and the second he saw net, rips a hard snapper by the glove side of Jack Howard, and Cortland opens up a 9-4 lead with 1:37 to go in the Bengals power play, and 4:22 here to go in the third period.
And another shorthanded goal for Cortland, killing any momentum Buffalo State might have had with the man advantage. We saw that last period, and, it tells you a lot about how well-rounded this Cortland team is on offense, that they're able to generate chances like that, despite having 4 skaters on the ice compared to the opponent's 5.
Monahan with a breakout pass to Campbell. Campbell's got Lawrence and Worth with him. Worth at the blue line. Back pass to Campbell. Campbell, some pressure on his point. Nobody on that wing, and Cortland is going to get should have been easy, but it was a great play there by Campbell. Was that a high stick? Yes, the refs are going to call a high stick, so that face-off is going to come out, and it's going to be in the neutral zone dot right here, as this broadcast is also supported by Pup Styled by Jesse, with one-on-one grooming services that will have your dog looking forward to its next visit. Voted a best of 716 pet groomer for 2022. Pup Styled by Jesse on Main Street in Clarence, just east of Transit Road.
And with a minute and 10 seconds left in this power play for Buffalo State, the game continuously kind of creeps out of reach with less than 4 minutes to play, but the power play has been a point of success for them in many ways tonight for Buffalo State, so another chance here to establish that and see what they can take forward.
Monahan from the slot, and Goldstein high on his paint, makes a blocker save and steers it to the corner. Puck takes a weird bounce off the boards as Monahan Maybe that's a trip if that's a closer game, I think, Ryan. I think the arm goes up if this is not a 5-goal deficit in the third period.
You can understand the officials kind of letting that go in certain situations.
Wasn't egregious, but I've seen that called before. I'm also not going to kill Kevin Monahan for it. It was a really nice pivot move there by the Cortland defenseman, but be that as it may, Buffalo State will continue the breakout as they have 20 seconds remaining here on the power play with Kevin Monahan. Monahan has got a defender on his hip, takes a shot. Oh, that took a bounce there, and that had to be a quick glove there by the goaltender Goldstein as he snaps that puck out of the air, and we're going to get a face-off here with 2:56 to go in the third period as this broadcast is brought to you by Envious Gameware, designers of custom high-end hockey uniforms, bags, and apparel. Visit EnviousGameware.com to give your team a look to be envious of.
Talk about a quick glove by Goldstein. You know, that shot, I think, came a bit sooner than he was expecting, but just whipped it right out and snagged it out of the air, making another great save. He's had a solid game tonight. You know, 4 goals might not seem like a tremendous performance.
Show me one that any human being is blaming him for.
Right.
Maybe he wants the Mendick goal back, but I'm going to say that was a great shot through a screen. So if that's the worst one you allow in a game like this, then hats off, pal. I got to say, both goaltenders, yes. I am about to say a goaltender that's allowed 9 goals has played a good game, but again, Cortland has been given, when Cortland gets a point-blank chance, they bury it, and you can't give them too many of those or else this happens.
Right, that's a function of just high execution, and there's very few goaltenders that are going to be able to stand in front of that many scoring opportunities and keep them all out.
Long shot there by Anderson is going to be wide there, picked up there by O'Donnell. O'Donnell dips around one guy, gets the puck into the slot there, but Cortland staying disciplined defensively clogs the passing lanes. Even with a big lead, you see the commitment to defense and playing the game the right way. This Cortland team is not interested in getting into bad habits right there, as even they're sending guys down low. But look at this, Ryan, the offensive pressure, but both team men are back here. But wait, did that thing happen again? No, it did not. It is picked up there by Bravinsky. Sent through the neutral zone, and it's gathered there by Indridson. Indridson initially looked like a turnover right there, but then the puck is chipped ahead to Mitchell, and Mitchell's going to gain the zone with Vincent Zach. It's a 2-on-3. Mitchell gets by Romano initially, but Romano stays within distance of him. Indridson clears one in down low where Mitchell gathers it off the wall there, but he takes a hit right there, and then Cortland's Mueller is going to look to lead the breakout as he dances around one player, but Vincent Zach retreats back and slaps the puck off his stick as Indridson takes a man almost to the wall. Puck ends up in front of the net right there, and Jack Howard had to be quick and make the paddle save there. As we are down to 1 minute and 30 seconds to go here in regulation time as Cortland retreats into their own end with Higgins. Higgins back to Capolino. Capolino to Murray. Murray takes a shot, and Campbell closes the 5-hole. And it's in his gear as the puck is behind him, and we're going to hold on for a whistle with 1:21 to go here in this game, as this broadcast is also made possible by Ivy Lee Pharmacy. Locally owned neighborhood pharmacy in Buffalo for over 60 years, located at 2446 Delaware Avenue in Kenmore. Elmwood Avenue in Kenmore, excuse me. Murray gets the puck taken off his stick by Monahan. Monahan jumps around the check and gets it to Worth. Worth sends it cross ice for Marciello. Marciello gets it out of the zone, but he has his pocket picked, and Cortland's going to look to transition here. Red Dragons over the line. Good skate there by Damian Ish. He is developing nicely into a very reliable defenseman for these Buffalo State Bengals. Ish does a cartwheel at center ice. And then Marciello, the big defenseman with some physical play right here, but the puck is then sent to the front of the net right there, and it's picked up there by Higgins. And the shot goes out of play. This broadcast is made possible by Sabella Salon, master stylists that give you exactly the look you're after, located at 202 Buffalo Street in Hamburg. And by Colvin Cleaners for dry cleaning, wash and fold, tailoring, and more. Colvin Cleaners is who the Bengals trust to keep their uniforms the sharpest in the league. Got 42 seconds to go here in regulation. It's been a 1-to-1 period here between Buffalo State and Cortland, as Colby Lawrence is going to retrieve the puck down in the corner, and then he's going to go D-to-D to Marciello. Marciello loses the puck right there, and Cortland is just going to pin it against the glass there as they're just going to kill as much time as they can. Shot goes wide there as Marciello retreats. Marciello goes for the hit, and the puck is gathered there by Cortland as it's picked up there by Murray. Murray takes a shot there, and that goes wide. Cortland still maintaining possession as we are down to 10 seconds to go here in regulation. Puck is sent to the point there for Garnhart, and Garnhart takes a slap shot into a crowd with 5 seconds left in a 5-goal game. And that is how this game is going to end, as Cortland, coming off a tough loss to the national champion, they flex a little dominance. They play an outstanding game from the crease to the blue line all the way up to the forward group with a 9-4 victory over the Bengals. Coaching staff and the players are not going to really smile much about a game where they lost 9-4, but with a young team, there are things to improve upon, but there's things to like, and there's building blocks right here. So I expect the Bengals to learn more from this than hang their heads. This team has proven that they're capable of winning and playing good hockey games. I don't want to say they played terrible. They might have in spots, but there's some positives to take from this game, Ryan.
Yes, certainly. Well, first of all, for Cortland, I mean, about as well-rounded and proficient of a victory as you're going to see from a team at this level. Offense, defense, special teams, goaltending, really doing everything well. Yes, allowing 4 goals, but those were a couple of hard-earned goals for Buffalo State. And like I said, hard-earned goals. Buffalo State played hard tonight against a really good Cortland team, and, you know, probably, again, one of the better teams that they're going to play, at least in the UNYCHL this season. And to do what they did tonight, to keep the game close throughout, you know, that first period really got away from them despite how evenly matched I thought it was. The second period was just bananas on both sides. And then in that third period, you know, just evenly matched, and the deficit was too big to overcome at that point. But plenty of positives. I think the power play was effective tonight. Goaltending showed plenty of flashes. And a developing team going up against a powerhouse, that's kind of the result that you would expect.
Yes, that was a very, very impressive performance there by Cortland with Buffalo State. Not intimidated, was not afraid to hit back, swung back on multiple occasions, and played whistle to whistle right here, as it is a 9-4 win for Cortland, as Buffalo State falls to 1-1 in UNYCHL play, as Cortland will be they get their first win in the UNYCHL as well, and they will improve to 1-1 on the season. That is going to do it for us here at the Buffalo State Ice Arena. It is a 9-4 Cortland Red Dragons victory over the Buffalo State Bengals. Thank you again so much for joining us. For color commentator, producer Ryan Tantillo, camera operator Thomas Bailey, I am Sean McHugh. Thank you again for joining us. We'll see you next week here on the Nickel City Hockey Network, Western New York's new home for amateur hockey.